Afghan people, people of minority, and now be like a Gestapo and middling around other rooms and shouting out like crazy.
This is comments, but I guess they don't read those comments. That by having that, in Iranian rooms, people have spent a lot of time figuring out who are the government agents and who are not, to identify problematic people and spies, etc. By putting this Anon thing, they have basically eradicated all of that work. So now Anon people can just come into rooms, like government agents and spies can come into rooms as Anon.
Danny!
And nobody knows who they are, and you can't kick them out.
Exception. Nowadays in Iranian clubhouse, actually all these they have left clubhouse. Not much people have.
And so when you say
preparing themselves, maybe on the more private level to be called. I mean, a lot of people. I'm trying my best to get my rest of the family out of the country. To be honest with you, we forgot about the money we have there. We forgot about
the Farsi-speaking clubhouse and the English-speaking clubhouse are completely different. So during the past protests, Clubhouse was used to organize a lot of these protests. A lot more Iranian opposition groups are on Clubhouse, and so the space here turns into is a highly political space against the regime. And so, yes, the agents of the regime are in Clubhouse to see who inside of Iran is saying what. And multiple people have been arrested in Iran because of the comments that they made on Clubhouse. So this presence of government agents in Clubhouse for the Farsi-speaking community is indeed a huge issue.
She was probably talking about the.
Yeah. In the U.S., that's not an issue unless Trump succeeds.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Well, good morning, Chinga. Good morning, Alfonso. And I think I'm seeing double right now with you, Chinga. Okay. Good morning, Alfonso. Anyone else? We're just having a chat.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. James. Good to be here.
I had a little preview of an article that I had ready up over the weekend, but I just decided that Monday it seems like there's enough inertia from people having had a whole weekend of not talking since Thursday that it seems like today is a great day for just kind of open. I think that just became an official new decree just now. So anyway, what's up? Anything happened over the weekend for anyone? Anything on your mind? We've got 34 minutes left.
An article a couple of weeks ago that said the sort of ethos and culture of pilots and flight attendants is palpable in terms of service and in terms of safety. And I can't remember which airline, but like sometimes the friendly and the family and everything goes well. I usually fly Delta and I'm satisfied with Delta, but this last week I flew to Oklahoma on United and almost died twice. So the wind here in Denver was really, really terrible. Nobody could land. They wanted us to stay in the air for 30 minutes. The pilot said, we don't have enough fuel to do that. So he's trying to land us in Nebraska. We couldn't make it, so we had to land in Wyoming, but that didn't seem to fix anything, because then on the way back from Oklahoma, had similar problems, and they kept delaying our business all the time. So there's two questions. One is, like, when the flights don't go well, is that the crew's fault? And then on the other side,
welcome back to Clubhouse, another episode of stupid people wasting all their time talking about nothing. It's
recommend you watch it because it's a very interesting, intelligent, and humorous take on this really horrendous topic. It's I call it investigative journalism meets real life comedy meets I don't know what. But basically they do this whole expose on the relationship between the pilot and the co-pilot and how co-pilots do not feel safe and to basically tell the pilot when they're doing something wrong because the pilot can ban them for life if they don't follow orders and because the pilot and co-pilot are basically just meeting for the first time as they're getting on the plane, so they don't really have too much rapport built up between them. And very, very interesting take on just, the impact of shitty communication between the pilot and co-pilot in the airline industry.
I'll just speak. My husband flies for American, and I've never heard of him ever having issues like that with.
Is he the pilot or the co-pilot?
Well, I guess you would say because you have about that he usually gets along really well with the other pilots.
So the subordinates are obedient.
Yeah, I mean everybody pretty much gets along, and sometimes usually he has some tips with the flight attendants because they'll be like, oh you can't do this or that, and he's like, it's just little drama things, but for the most part, they don't have issues with that. So that's just to speak on that part. As far as I know you said some other things, Chinga. I'm not sure what I can speak to.
So let me just do the obligatory good mornings here. Wow, we've got Cora. Welcome, Cora. Hero, Marshall. We're just having kind of an open dialogue. So, clearly you can talk about anything you want at this point. It happens to be that I was commiserating with Chinga on nearly dying on a United Airlines flight, and then I shared about this docu-issue between the first officer and the captain on these commercial airline flights where the co-pilot, the first officers just don't feel safe to essentially tell the pilot, hey, we're about to crash, and they're supposed to feel comfortable to take over the plane if it need be, and they show all the examples of where this has happened through reenactment, and it's pretty scary. I mean, it's an interesting thing that they've potentially.
You're the fourth person to mention rehearsal in the last 3 days to me, so it is definitely on my list to watch soon.
Season 2 in particular related to this topic, yeah.
I haven't seen it, so when I will definitely report back. The pilot co-pilot relationship is pretty well. So I have a good friend who flies for Delta, and he talks pretty glowing.
The captains might have a blind spot, right? Think about it.
Well, but he's so what happens is nobody becomes a captain before he's a captain of that plane. So they do that a lot through their career. They go, your first officer, captain, move to a bigger plane, your first officer again, and now you're a captain. And he also did the international stuff where you're like a relief captain. So he got to be captain kind of earlier, but didn't get to take off from the plane, so it's like a mini captain. Anyway, so they do this a lot, but I know that the way that they each have roles to play, and the co-pilot is not completely submissive. It's not like the captain comes in and is like, I'm the captain, you can't tell me what to do. I just don't think that really happens. I mean, I'm really curious about watching the show. I do fear, like most TV shows, that it's kind of going to get it wrong for the sake of the show, but we'll see. It's also like a comedy, right? So it's
kind of weird because it's like a person who owns right out the gate. He says, I'm a comedian. How do we broach this and have it be both?
Yeah,
how do we do this?
I'm very curious. I know that comedy can speak to truth and power in powerful ways, so I don't dismiss it out of the gate. I'm very curious.
Well, here's the thing that I thought was interesting. It's more about the nuance of your hands and how that plays out. You would not expect it to play out the way they're proposing, which is that there have been many deaths that occurred when you look at the flight logs. That essentially what happened was there was some point where the co-pilot became aware that there was a problem, but the co-pilot didn't see it.
Yeah, I think Hero's missing because he came in late. There was an article last week that came out and talked about the ethos of different airlines and how some work better because they have a very good relationship and familial-like atmosphere, while other ones are very competitive and they don't get any incentive for cooperating, and so it affects the service.
It's kind of like if you have all downside for speaking up in a differential of power as someone who's a subordinate, how often do you
your company and perhaps even by country and culture, that doesn't surprise me at all. I'm sure there's good examples and bad examples. But I do know that aviation in general takes these kinds of things pretty seriously and are pretty sophisticated about it. So they talk a lot about cockpit resource management and there's like protocols you go through when you decide to do something. It's like, I'm flipping a switch. Okay, you flip the switch. Okay, flip the switch. Like there's these like little like these. And it's drilled into the pilots how they talk about things and kind of get consensus between them. Not to say mistakes don't happen, but they at least try. They take it pretty seriously. And my friend is what do we call him? He's a line check airman. Like he's one of the guys who actually like when he gets in the cockpit like. Can basically disqualify somebody. Always comes to a lot of times they're ex-military or they're just like, I used to fly F-18s or they're kind of a little too big for their role. And there is definitions about like psychology. Like they identify these different personality types. There's people who are authoritarian. There's people who are not evasive. What's the word? I don't know. There's actually you study and learn about the types of dangerous personality. The FAA has these like identified risky kind of behaviors or mentalities, like somebody who likes to flaunt the rules, or somebody who wants to ignore problems. Like we're getting low on fuel, but
hero. So really quick. This is kind of what this. You see it in the show kind of highlights a bit are the different dynamics that play out. So I almost feel like those examples seem like they come from actual ended in fatality.
Totally. Everything that seems weird in life is there because it actually happened. Like I'm sure Sam could speak on this, like in contracts and it's because these things have gone wrong. Right? Like there's definitely going to be a new thing about how you touch the fuel switch now, right? Because of the thing in India. And maybe it's going to change, maybe that fuel switch is going to change somehow physically or logically how it works. But every time something goes wrong, people circle wagons and figure out what's going on. And there's really this culture of not trying. Okay, it used to be like, pilot error, and that every time something went wrong, if you could blame it on pilot error, there was this idea of like, oh, well, that was that guy's fault. I wouldn't do that. But that really changed to be like, no. Pilot error. The pilot did that for a reason. Either they were confused, and if they were confused in a way, then we could be confused in that same way. And if the switch was in a bad place, or it looked too much like another switch, or there's a procedure, like people really they change the way words are used because like this word sounds too much like that word in the heat of battle, so to speak, can be confused. So they're always reviewing these things, and of course things can be wrong and things can be improved, but there's a lot of effort into doing this. I guess is my point. More than almost like any other area of my life. I see aviation folks just really like really thinking seriously about how things should be better and how things should be good.
That is good to hear, by the way. That is encouraging. Anyway, does anyone else have any comments? Shingo, you're on mic.
I was going to add another wrinkle. So I appreciate the flight attendant and the pilot's honesty, but they said the plane, so I do short hops to unpopular cities, right? And Delta never had a problem, but United, they use these older poorly designed planes, and that's what the flight attendant said. This plane design isn't that great. It's really front heavy, so we want everybody to sit in the back. And then we had some extra seats, and she goes, especially the heavier people, we need to balance. We need to balance the plane so that we don't come down.
Do you remember what kind of plane it was?
No, I don't remember, but I just I understand the planes are expensive and you probably can't get rid of them, but you should have bought a better plane.
I've been on flights where the pilot came out and I've been on flights that pilot comes out and says, you move over there, and just moves people around to balance the weight. I think they can tell by the pressure on the landing gear if the plane is not weighted.
That's really interesting, especially those small planes. They do that. They've done that actually I remember that even in the early 70s, that they would move people around on the really small regional planes to rebalance things. And luggage too. You know, when they load in the luggage, they're very careful about how they balance the luggage in there.
Oh, I guess
Even though it just looks like they're just
Corporate contracts, right? What outside corporations do
So guess what they did? So they said they admitted that we don't have enough fuel to go from Bismarck to Denver, right? So we had to land in Scottsbluff. And can't make it there. Got an emergency land in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So we get there, and they said we're gonna get more fuel, and then we're gonna try again for Denver. They overfueled the plane, and they said we can't get people back on the plane because the plane's too heavy now. Just so many comedy of errors. It was just terrible.
You know, I found maybe it's just that because of the internet, we hear about it a lot more often. But the turbulence, you hear about it a lot lately, and I'm wondering, is this something that climate change is affecting? Is climate change affecting, especially the upper atmosphere, with 30,000 feet?
Change, but I can't contribute any more than that because it's just that I've heard.
I would tend to think it's more due to the fact that there's just more flights into a lot more area. Like the model has become much less in the industry changed to smaller planes into many hubs, so it's way more distributed, and that's why you're seeing flights into smaller and smaller airports as populations kind of grow up around those airports. But yeah, so there's a ton more flights than there used to be. That's got it. So that's why planes like the A380 kind of died pretty quickly. The 747 went away or is almost gone. And those biggest planes are less economically viable for the airlines because they'd rather fly 3 planes from say the 3 different airports in the New York region to 3 different airports in the UK rather than one big flight from JFK to Heathrow. It just makes more sense. It gives more options, more times, slightly different locations. And,
interesting thing, really quick. Nathan Gilder, the guy who does that show, Rehearsal, and in season 2 pilot episode, there's this interview I pinned to the top where one of the pilots that's interviewed basically said, I just discovered that Nathan Gilder had gotten his commercial license and was 737 rated. So that's actually kind of an interesting twist to the guy that's hosting the show, and some knowledge you would have as an insider, and if there's any exams that have to be taken, I know how thorough this.
well, he's a comedian pilot. That's
Interesting.
or a pilot comedian. Well,
No, please go ahead. Sorry,
as far as the question about whether traffic control gives preference to certain airlines or something, I don't think that's a thing. I think they get their flight plans, they're scheduled. There is a timing thing sometimes. So if you have a bunch of planes stacked up, which you don't get that very often anymore. Like it used to be a thing where you'd be like, we're in a holding pattern, and now with GPS at the dots, and now it's like you take off and go straight towards something unless you have to avoid weather or terrain or restrict areas or whatever. So there are a lot more direct flights, and it's true. And now it's like if you're going to have to divert to a different airport, usually they do it earlier. You don't fly to that airport. Do traffic patterns for an hour. Usually it's like, well, I mean, it does happen because of weather, like we're talking about like crazy turbulence, crazy stuff. But that, to me, that's just like that's nature getting in the way of us having a good time. We have high winds. We have like it's actually hard to land planes in high winds. It turns out. I love that that's still true.
One thing that we don't have holding patterns anymore like we did before is not because we're using GPS. It's because airlines have figured out that wastes a lot of takeoff. So you basically take off when you're short of a flying queue.
It's true, especially for shorter range flights. It's called flow control. So they will delay your takeoff until affect you because you still have a lot of like time to correct for when you arrive. But if it's so short that if your flight is so short that you're gonna take off, go there, and land, like your landing time is pretty predictable at that point, and they will alter your takeoff for that. It's pretty logistically dialed in these days. It's so dialed in that when things go wrong, it's cascades system. Because the time slots are way tighter than they used to be. That any like mess up of that like fucks everything up, and that's why you hear about things like the entire Northeast have that delayed this flight, which delays that flight, and all of a sudden everything's messed up. But partly that's because things are so freaking dialed in on a good day. Yeah.
Well, let's walk together. 12 minutes left here. Anyone else have any comments? Maybe someone who hasn't spoken. We could do like a 10-second silent countdown and then dogpile anyone else who has something they want to say that's already spoken. Just want to get the folks, maybe if you don't like chatting. Well, we've offered the plate. We've put out the delicious dessert. You can take it.
I'll just say it's interesting because this whole, airline stuff just really was popping.
How about that airline food?
Division Airways actually has decent food on their flights.
Well, I have to say, Osiris, the Scottish Terrier, Lord of the Underworld, a buddy of mine, right at my ankle right now on a walk in Berkeley Hills. She hates flying, but she always finds a way to sneak on the plane with me, and I'm that guy. Some of you may love me, some of you may hate me, but he is on my lap as often as possible, and then I have to keep putting him into his little thing under the seat, which, I mean, let's be real, he can barely fit into. And so I have all sorts of little techniques I use to hide him. I make drake tents over my head, and we hang out in the tent. We do all sorts of things, but we've gone to Mexico so many times. He's been on so many great vacations over the years before the pandemic. Things have been a little bit thin since the pandemic, but I don't know. I'm very thankful for air travel that doesn't kill me. Let me just throw it out there. So
my dog everywhere, but she's a service dog, and so nobody hassles us at all. She usually sits on the floor, but she'll come up in my lap if I'm getting like anxious or something, and do like pressure therapy on my chest. And she's half Boston Terrier, half French Bulldog. She weighs about 24 pounds, and her name's Birdie.
Well, I probably would love that dog too because I love Atlanta.
I didn't get him to the storage.
She actually, you have to, when you're going through, you have to let the dog go before you on the leash. And generally what happens is the TSA agent on the other side will like take the leash once she gets through, and then you have to go through right after. So it's like one at a time. Yeah.
Is it true that Italy is more dog friendly? Because if that is the case, then I feel like I want to bring Osiris to meet my ancestors, or at least half my genes ancestors, and I think you would have a great time.
Yeah, I've never taken Birdie overseas. I do want to take her to Mexico because I know Mexico will let you without a hassle with the dog. So
Their whole disposition. So when I was I'm Gen X, right? So when I grew up going down to Tijuana and Ensenada and all these places as a kid, so I can drink, before I was 21 and do stupid things. And so yeah, I lived in SoCal, so that was an easy thing to do. And back then, it seemed like dogs were not that revered. And then, fast forward to the last 10 years, trips to go to Mexico, and it's like, man, what a treatment for Cyrus. I mean, he comes home with all kinds of personalized, embroidered, different things, his new dog bowls, new Osiris handkerchief, like the whole shebang. It's great. They have little doggy beds in the places we stay that look just like their adult beds. It's
Well, part of it, I think, is I don't know what year it was, but the UN had this whole thing about countries that eat dogs. Korea, Mexico, other places, and in Mexico, people ate dogs. Chihuahuas were bred to be the chickens of the Aztecs, right? And so it got really pejoratized and culturally not cool. So then all of us, and Mexico actually made a law, I think it was in 21, that says there's no legal way you can eat a dog anymore. So I think that's the whole cultural attitude, is trying to satisfy the British old lady who loves her dog.
Dean,
Good morning. I'm not good at contributing on airline pilots, but on dogs, I'm number one. I've actually flown in the cabin with a golden retriever.
So, Dr. Francie, hard-hitting question. Are you pro or con consumption of dogs?
Oh my God. I have dogs that sleep on my bed with me. I'm totally con. I don't eat any meat.
They taste like a combination of pork and chicken. It's really greasy.
ew.
Nothing.
There was this place, and
Nothing with a face.
there's this place in our town that had a pet store, and right next door was a Chinese restaurant by the same name. That's disgusting. I can only admit.
The people who weren't adopted got eaten.
Well, you don't know what happened, but it's kind of odd that they owned both a pet store and a restaurant.
I think you're connecting dots that aren't explicitly there, Mo. I mean, can we just be...
Yeah, maybe.
I'd like to take this opportunity and give a public service announcement on behalf of the Baja California Tourism Bureau, and say for those of you who have access to it but haven't done so, Valle de Guadalupe Valley, it's about a half hour east of Ensenada. It's in the mountains. It's the Mexican wine region. And I've been there for 5 times post COVID. They have a lot of really nice resort type places to be competitive with California wines, and the food is out of this world. Most of the famous Mexican chefs have opened up restaurants either in the resorts and the wineries or standing alone. So for Guadalupe Valley, Valle de Guadalupe.
Any chance there's a lake up there called Lake Hansen, Laguna Hansen?
I don't know.
Well, I've traveled in that area before I grew up in San Diego, and late 80s, early 90s, my brother and I took a little road trip, and we went down to Ensenada, and we went east into the hills, and it is gorgeous up there.
Oh my God.
It's like...
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's like, well, for me at the time, it was like, oh, I didn't realize anything. It was that different once you get up in the hills. But it was green, and I think we had spring, just so it was grassy
greener
area.
than San
Yeah,
Diego side.
it was really pretty. There were horses running around that looked like they were actually happy, and there were frogs everywhere for some reason. I don't know.
So So I think if you go there now, you probably wouldn't recognize it. But the amazing thing is there are these restaurants that like the chef gets up in the morning and just goes into the hills and sees what kind of edible greeneries they can find, and then goes to the market and sees what animal they slaughtered that day, and so then makes the menu based on that. I think Zinfandel would go well with greasy foods.
Only here have anyone ever had this conversation on Clubhouse?
That's the other thing, like the whole anti-South American thing is because a lot of the people, because after NAFTA and CAFTA are indigenous, they don't speak Spanish, they don't speak English, but they bring their traditions with them, and one of them from South America is eating guinea pig, and so people would go into the pet stores, buy guinea pigs, and then go to the...
This whole, I don't need this, I don't need that is a very first world issue. It's like the rest of the world, you eat whatever doesn't eat you first.
The local festival anymore. We're not talking to our neighbors. And I'll tell you this one story and I'll leave. Where I live, there's one road in and out. Because it was at my city council meeting. If we lose that road, and I'm in a very populous part of California, one of the richest parts of the country, they're going to have to airlift food in. Just think about it. We're in 2025, and a large, I'm sure this is true elsewhere, if we don't have a second road to where I live, so if there's an earthquake or something, there's no way there's going to be food on the shelf for at least a week. That's enough for some people to die. And that's what I'm saying.
And I'm not trying to be a gloom and doomer, but I'm pretty sure this is the plan is to create civil unrest, put people in places under the pretense that it has to do with ICE and sovereign states or sovereign cities not handing over people who are here illegally. And what this is really going to be is setting up for a martial law lockdown, where I think, honestly,
have indigenous features and in front of Jesus and it played as a guinea pig.
Oh my gosh, this morning, I'm sorry, I'm just going to change the subject slightly, but I have in the same realm, I saw this, this is just really hilarious, but kind of stupid video. My partner showed me on Instagram of this guy playing Moses, but Moses is like one of these bloggers, newscasters, doing kind of all the cliche, cheesy social media things.
This shit is ridiculous.
We should have a deal done a long time ago. But it just keeps going on and on and on. Every day people are dying. A lot of Russian soldiers are dying, by the way. And a lot of Ukrainian soldiers too. But a lot of Russian soldiers are dying.
Specifically, your Patriot batteries that you're planning on when you're
so it's a full complement with the batteries.
Wait a minute, y'all. So do you know what that means when you said Patriot missiles with the batteries?
No, we do not. Please educate us on that. I'm a little nervous already.
A battery is it's soldiers.
So you mean bodies, like bodies that we were promised not to put on the ground? These are from bodies.
Unit with the batteries. Let me see if I can go back on that. This is a live feed. He said Patriot unit. He said Patriot missiles with the batteries. Okay. Play this again.
Specifically, your Patriot batteries that you're planning when you're
So it's a full complement with the batteries.
within days, actually, because a couple of the countries that have Patriots are going to swap over and will replace the Patriots with the ones they have, and Matt will coordinate with NATO. But so it's going to be interesting. They can start running race. There's also important Bush doing this German defense minister is visiting these access. Defense, the bullets are also, I think, what's called the thing, Norway is involved. So the main so it's all the also it's also ammunition, so we have one country that has 17 Patriots getting ready to be shipped. They're not going to need them for that. So we're going to work to deal with the 17 will go, or a big portion of the 17 will go to the war set. I think he said better than us. He's a very good guy. I can tell you that. But no, it's well said. I think this is a chance of getting peace. Or it's just going to be the same thing. I have to tell you, Europe has a lot of spirit in this war. A lot of people, when I first got involved, I really didn't think they did it. But they do. And I saw that a month ago, and you were there, most of you, many of you were there. The level of esprit de corps spirit that they have is amazing. They really think it's a very, very important thing to do. What are we doing? Just sit there and pay for everything. We're not paying anymore. We have an ocean separating us. I said, we have a problem. We make the best stuff, but we can't keep doing this. And Biden should have done this years ago. He should have done it from the beginning, but he didn't. He didn't know he was there. This guy wanted that's not my opinion. I think it's everybody's opinion. But this is something that shouldn't have happened. We're going to see if we can end it. It's all my opinion. Again, I said it before. This is not Trump's war. We're here to try and get it finished and settled, whatever. Because nobody wins with this. This is a loser from every standpoint. From this was Biden, and this was other people. And it's a very sad situation. This gentleman is doing a great job. I think he's going to get it. And Matt and everybody else that's working on it, I think you'll get this thing over with all of that. You're talking about even the tariffs. They're more friendly tariff, right? A little bit more friendly tariff. We're going to be talking to people we have, I watched the show this morning, they were talking about, well, what's he going to make the deal's already made?
I want to keep hearing this.
I'm ashamed, dude. I for some reason, I can just hear him saying dumb shit like, we're going to send all the batteries, the big ones, they're going to be lithium and cobalt, and we're going to put boots on the ground, we're going to put Nikes and Reeboks on the ground, all the boots, my favorite boots, and all the batteries. We got the biggest batteries,
Yeah, he's definitely he got to be thinking there's because you cannot send a battery. You do that, then we're part of.
This guy's an idiot. Oh my god. All the batteries, we're gonna send all of them. That's what I was gonna ask you, Patty. That puts us in a war with Russia at that point, right?
Definitely does.
That's fucking crazy. He just said, tell us something about nobody checks this. Can you tell us something about the Golden Dome? Like how does that work? Are those like microwave weaponized, or are they like rockets that are in space? Do you know anything about the Golden Dome and the Space War shit, Patty?
So Golden Dome is nothing but a defense system similar to the Iron Dome, but it's like a bunch of Patriot missiles located all over the place that'll be shooting like anything that may come into the country. Which I don't know. I think that's a waste of funding.
So these are land to surface to, I don't know if it's land to surface or surface to land kind of
missile system? Is that what that is? It's not like.
It's a deterrent. It's not gonna. All it does is like if a missile's coming, it'll shoot that missile in the sky, so it doesn't land on the. I mean, the shrapnel still comes down, right? So. It's a waste of money.
Base like the Guantanamo Bay, like they'd be able to launch from there, right?
I mean, they could watch, but Guantanamo Bay is not for that. It's something else. But we have Southcom that's in Miami, which they should be collecting intel. We have freaking, we got bases all over the place.
Is there a base in Puerto Rico or something? There's something in Puerto Rico, right?
Used to be. But we do have like a team that may be out there that assists with their guard units. Making some winner chicken dinner. See what else we got going on in the news. Y'all don't want to hear that no more, do y'all? Y'all don't want to hear that no more. He's really not talking about that. Just getting praised. About 2 to 5%.
How's this bid for the Nobel Peace Prize going? Any updates on that bullshit?
Well, I don't know. I don't think. I don't know. You never know.
I'm just being sarcastic. That's just never gonna happen. But I'm just being sarcastic. Is there anything happening on the House side or on the Senate side or on the Supreme Court side? Those are always hot areas.
We blocked some more. He ain't even supposed to be in here. Okay. I ain't gonna remove you yet.
What? I'm not supposed to be in here.
Yeah, I had you blocked. I'm blocking people when I screenshot, but I need to go ahead and go back to my block list and start blocking people back.
Damn.
Just to be nice, because it's not hard.
Why are you doing this?
Hey, how you doing? I'm gonna send a screenshot of this on my block. I am not doing this. I'm blocking people. Once y'all block for life. See what else they got going on. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 minute.
Grand rising to the room.
It's Grand Rising.
It's better than a good morning. I don't know what about morning is good.
You got that right. Not these days. Ain't nothing good about waking up in the morning. I just wake up in the morning and the first thing I say to myself is, what the fuck else happened?
I think you're talking about the other morning.
So, Simone, how you feel about this big, beautiful bill and the deportations? How they're going about the deportations, at least?
I think that shit don't look good. That shit don't look good at all. They need to be a little more coordinated and know exactly what they're going for, but like verbatim. He didn't leave anything to be discussed or anything to be questioned. He said he's going to take everybody out. Everybody. At one time.
No, that's not what he said. He said he was going for the criminals. But you know, the thing that's really
itself lets you know that that's everybody that's here illegally. Those are the criminals. Not the hard-working criminals, not the unlawful criminals, anybody that crossed the border illegally.
Like, saying that they can go back to their country because it's safe now. Like, we know Haiti is not safe right now. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, they get people killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew they were going to attack that ever since, with that patrol program. That's basically what they ran on the whole time with that whole Ohio thing, right? Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah, the dog and cat eaters.
Oh, yeah. So, they had to move on that because they made TPS a big thing, a really big thing.
Yeah, but you know what? The residents of that freaking town, like, were up in arms behind this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had town hall meetings and they actually have reported like, people like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was
They revitalize their economy. Yeah. Let me talk about your cat eating.
who? What's up?
They should definitely say he eats cats. He don't do that. What's what you got to say about this big beautiful bill? Y'all voted for this someone.
What happened? You don't like the bill anymore?
Yeah, he said it's bad. He said that earlier. When I said, what do you think about this big beautiful bill and these deportations? He was like, yeah, it's not looking good.
What's up with this Putin? Why Putin playing it for, though?
What'd you say?
Why Putin playing like a little bitch, though?
No, Putin ain't playing like a little bitch. Putin telling kids, Putin not told Trump. Yeah. He told Trump, we're not friends. You better stop lying to the public. I'm gonna do what I do. Like, he thought Putin was friendly. I tell people all the time, I ain't friendly.
Putin wasn't all that up in the KGB, man. A lot of that fucking fabricated. Trump is an idiot. Trump is an idiot, bottom line, is what it is.
Putin was in the kid. He had a high level.
Say that again?
He was a goon.
So there's a lot of Russians here. Do you think that he could activate some Russian kind of cells out in the States? You think that's a possibility? Like they got cells out here?
So if there are Russian agents here, they have people that they can play in pawn just like the U.S. can do with the Kurds and the PKP and the Hamas. They can play agencies or agents just like everybody else. They won't do it themselves. They have sleeper agents, but they may not be Russian sleeper agents.
Right, that's true.
They control vast swaths of land in Asia, vast swaths.
Yeah, are you hear me now? So I was saying to you, I said Putin was never the head of the KGB.
$17.99 worth of
Operation.
Let's go. Green. Okay, let's take it out.
Operation.
You saying he's fucking Mr. Big CIA? That's what I was doing. It doesn't matter fucking Putin with a fucking custodian somewhere. Trump is a fucking idiot, period.
I give it like a 7 out of 10.
He definitely is.
What is $17.99 worth of chocolate taste like? Let's go. Okay, look at that.
Tell her I got
Green. Okay, let's take it out.
Shit. We got some young underage girls or looking close, barely legal.
Alright, do a dance.
Told initially, let you sleep with her unprotected. While your wife's giving birth, shit like that. Get some.
It's a good thing that NATO's paying for those Patriot battery missile systems, right?
Well, you want to be good, it's great, Samoa. If you say it's good, it's great.
What's up with Xi Jinping? I heard that he refused to go to like some summit because he was thinking it's just getting too real right now, and he decided to withdraw from like one of those summits. You guys hear about that?
No.
Even he's like second guessing shit now. So I gotta find the article. I was reading it or listening to it yesterday. It said that he didn't go to one of those summits. Basically, other than him giving some jets to Iran, I don't know if there's anything else he's probably going to end up giving. Did he give it to him or did he sell them?
I don't know. I'd have to do it real quick. But yeah, we haven't really heard from JJ yet. Have you said something about the article?
Yeah, I gotta see if I can try to pull it up again. But he decided not to go to one of those like summits where all those leaders were at and stuff because basically shit was getting a little too real for him. He didn't feel safe.
He said it's too hot.
Now, too hot on the block. But you know what though? I mean, for him to say that, I wonder if he's feeling like, is it that there's foreign actors or is that his internal people? He feels like they may be trying to get him out because I know that there's some dissonance there that you know, I don't know. I don't listen to people who are trying to take him out, but I know that there's maybe less of an appetite for him forward. But they're just tolerating it. So that's what I heard. Let's see here. I gotta spell that shit.
It's for China. Yeah.
Not attending the BRICS summit for the first time. That was a couple of days ago. This is a week ago. So that was a surprise. He's one of the head dudes running this shit, so him not showing up is
that's a problem.
That's a big deal, yeah.
Let me look this up real quick.
Yeah, I got something from CNN. It was July 5th. Some leaders from BRICS for major emerging economic kickoff in Brazil Sunday, but without top leader, its most powerful member. The first time in more than a decade's rule, Chinese leader Xi Jinping, who has made BRICS a centerpiece of his push to reshape the global balance of power, will not attend the annual leaders gathering.
So I actually found a
seems absent. Yeah. Well, play it out.
All right, talking about China, there's been a lot of speculation around the Chinese Supreme Leader, President Xi Jinping, skipped that particular summit, the BRICS summit. It's the first time he skipped a BRICS summit in the 12 years that he's been in power, and that has led to a lot of speculation. Where is he succeeding, if at all? That is the plan, the succession plan is being laid out in 2027, when the next Chinese Communist Party's Congress is expected. Projected confidence in global fora, he's reshaped domestic politics and positioned himself as president for life. But this year, for the very first time since taking power, Xi Jinping skipped the annual BRICS summit. His absence has triggered a wave of speculation. Is China's most powerful leader in generations preparing to step aside? Or is something deeper at play within the Communist Party's secretive corridors? Xi Jinping's decision to send Premier Li Qiang in his place is unprecedented. He's never skipped a BRICS summit since officially becoming president in 2013. In fact, as per official Chinese government records, Beijing is citing scheduling conflicts as the reason why Xi Jinping could not travel all the way to Rio de Janeiro. But analysts are not quite convinced. After all, Xi Jinping has made BRICS a centerpiece of his foreign policy since 2012. Why then this sudden change? And it is also not that Xi is traveling to someplace else at this given point of time. He has no international skipping BRICS
sends out a powerful signal at a time when Donald Trump is railing and ranting against BRICS and BRICS countries wanting to stop their own currency, wanting to devalue the dollar. This is not just about diplomacy, it's about what is also happening.
I'm at home, I'm listening to another clubhouse right now, turn the volume down.
I didn't hear anything you just said.
No, because you need to be muted for us to listen to.
Yeah, mute up. I'm at
Where
home.
are you?
I'm at home in my office drinking
Ah,
coffee.
I thought you were out. That means the background noise is coming from Simon. My God, you sound sicker now. And it was just very weird. Tell me if this is what's happening to you. So usually when I get a cold, I start your throat itches a little bit and it's sore and whatever. And then, well, you go through the whole cold, and then for me, I get asthma, and then I rub up, and that's it. This time, I got like allergy, but nothing in my nose. I had like a blocked nose, but on the back, like nothing was coming out of my nose. Like I tried to blow my nose, nothing. Everything was like on the back of my nose, And I had like this coughing, and it was like horrible. And it lasted like.
The cold now, like this is I still had a little sinus this morning, but overall, like my health is back to like 99%, 90%. So.
I am a 99.
The pressure though was
yesterday I
intense.
still had a little bit of asthma yesterday.
That sucks.
Yeah, and I was walking a lot, and I was getting fatigued.
Yeah, that was the craziest thing when the cold flu was like at its peak. My body hurt everywhere. I had pain, and I had like horrible. I was getting shivers, and total like lack of energy. It was a brutal cold that I went through. It hit me on July 4th pattern, and I think
people have told me it's like the advanced or evolved version of COVID.
Yeah, I could buy that. I could buy that because my sister had the same thing, and the girl that I dated on this app for like a 3-day weekend, she was all boosted up, and we had some romance. So I'm pretty sure she virally shed on me, and that like nearly killed me.
Yeah, my sister also got sick. But it's everywhere. Like I'm in Switzerland, my sister in Guatemala, you guys in the US, and everyone has been sick. Even Simon was sick before I was. It's just everywhere. It's like a virus. I don't know.
I wonder if it is like COVID-19.
For me, it was like hay fever, but then after I got the hay fever, I no longer can taste or smell anything.
Yeah, me too. That's exactly what's happening to me. Well, now I can taste a little bit more, but I can barely smell. Like only very strong smells, and I have to intentionally breathe in order to feel them. And I am out of the cold, but it's just not back to normal. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. I think all that stuff comes back to you. Like, have you ever twisted a knee or like sprained an ankle, and it took 11 months for it to like feel normal again or something?
Well, I mean, let's hope, because I want to take my girlfriend to a dining restaurant. Yeah, but I haven't been able to do anything for like 2 months.
That's my birthday and my best friend.
Oh, nice.
She's a Virgo.
Whatever that means.
You should read about the zodiacs.
I don't always want that.
Oh, you're not gonna waste your time. I've heard you waste your time for years, son.
Yeah, I'm gonna be selective with the thing I waste my time with. And reading about fucking nothing signs is not gonna be one of them.
So Edmund, I received a course of AI during the whole weekend. It was like 15 hours between Friday and Saturday, and it's amazing the stuff you can do.
Really? What?
Like I learned how to do apps, how to create agents, I'm creating my new website.
Do it. Let's do a training course, and you'll be the instructor. Then it'll help you
Yeah, I
learn
can
even
do
more.
that. But it's really amazing. And it's super easy, actually. It's like, I don't know, $400 or so.
I just got, do you use Shopify at all?
No, because I don't sell anything.
I have to do that now. I have to
Hey,
set
my
up
friend.
website or a landing page for my products. I have to hook up my Facebook pixel to my website.
No, I've never used Shopify because I don't sell stuff.
What's up, niggas? Yeah, what a racist.
What's up, nigga faggot?
Oh my god, the homophobia and
I thought that they were all, I actually really did. I thought they were all smart and very funny, and I liked the guy Hodel the best. Hodel.
Yeah, he's
British version of the regular guy.
Yeah, he was cool. He was a cool guy.
He's very popular. You will find him.
I mean, you do realize that anybody who's actually doing what they're doing here, or even having very long form, but it's like bad therapy.
So you're saying Bitcoin is bad?
No, what I'm saying is it doesn't matter what the topic is, because what's happening here is communication exchange, and so the topic is irrelevant. Most people want to just get what's off their chest.
That's very true. I'll talk about anything as long as you guys will fucking listen to me.
I wouldn't. I would
All
see.
communication is hypnosis.
Yeah, I think you can say all communication is spam. That's the problem.
All communication is projection.
Yeah. It
Well, by
happens a lot.
definition, it's projection.
What the fuck are you seeing? What would a centralized friendship look like?
Real
Is it
world.
the one where you walk away from somebody when you meet them in public?
No, that's. You mean because I'm on a family vacation, I see some random neo-Nazi at a gas station who wants to talk to me for 5 minutes in his old jalopy?
Yeah, what's 5 minutes? And you talk for hours on Clubhouse. You can't give them 5 minutes.
Exactly. Well, that's the point. It's like well, first of all, we were going kayaking and we had an appointment because he's sitting there wasting our time about a gas station encounter with Diego, aka Roberto.
Well, Docs. And when you bring up, friendship, I mean, that needs to be pointed out what you did.
Wait, what did he do?
Nothing. This is a waste of time. Let's not rediscuss.
He met Diego in person and he ran away.
What? I don't know if he ran away. I don't think he ran away. I think he was like,
He didn't run away.
You're Diego.
Diego's like,
No, the one running away was Edmund.
No,
Yeah,
I wasn't
like-
finish this by saying Roberto's is the rude bitch here. He didn't even get out of his car to stand up to shake my hand. He just sat there like a fat ass in his car with his Nazi bride wife while she looked the other way, and his kids sat like robots. So let's just put facts as facts, and I'll describe the situation accurately.
But didn't he meet you like in a stop or something? Like how was he going to get out of the car? Like
He's in his car. I don't even think he turned his car off. He just was sitting there like a weirdo, and he said, "Hey, Edmund."
Did he shake your hand?
No, I didn't shake his fucking hand. I didn't even ask him his name because I didn't even care what the fuck his name was.
Did you know who he was? Oh yeah,
I
because
knew the voice. I heard his voice, and I was like, "Oh God, Clubhouse in the real world." I look over, and it's an old fucking jalopy with what looks like a guy with fucking dandruff and oily skin. I'm like, "Oh, it's that praxeologist guy, aka the philosopher."
And then you ran away.
So
No.
you heard his voice.
That actually does change things.
Wait, do it. You heard his voice, and it immediately triggered your brain like Clubhouse.
That's exactly what I said.
No, that's it, because he called him Edmund, because nobody in the real world knows that John is Edmund. So if John is walking around and somebody calls him Edmund, it would be like if somebody called me trash bag. If I was walking on the street and somebody was like, "Hey, trash bag," and then I turned around.
So
But what if the person that said was Issa? You'd be like, yo, Issa, what's going on? Let's talk. Let's have coffee. Let's have a drink. You wouldn't run away.
He ran away. Listen, David, nobody fucking ran away. I walked up to the car, I talked to him, I looked in the vehicle, I saw an unhappy wife, and then I left. I assessed the situation. Let's just say that, you know, I was worried that there could be a Nazi knife in his fucking jackboot, and he was driving like a white supremacist car. And, you know, I just gotta say, his wife didn't look happy, and his children didn't even move. I think they could have been dolls. I don't know.
Really?
Maybe they were
They weren't acting like kids? Have you met anyone in real life in Clubhouse?
Not except the people I already knew.
So before Clubhouse?
So I know Matt, Rabbi Matt, from a long time ago.
Okay.
And I met one other guy.
What, Norm?
No, I never met Norm in person. And I think on Wednesday, I think Scott and I are gonna go to Top Golf. It's us.
Wait, the Top Golf in Morristown.
No. We're gonna be. I'm gonna be in Philly. So, in Morristown? Yeah.
Yeah, there's no Top Golf in Philly.
That's the only one in Philly.
But Top Golf is like
what day is this, Kev?
Wednesday.
I'll be around. I mean, if you want to include me.
No, nobody's inviting you.
No, I'm saying, no. I mean, you gotta pay for 4. You gotta pay for 6, actually.
I'm heading down for 2 concerts, and I need somebody to do the day Wednesday.
Oh my God, you're seeing
But wait,
fish?
okay, I have 2 questions.
What's
One,
up, David?
is it Scotty? And second, is it mini golf, top golf?
No, real golf.
It's like a driving range.
Are you seeing
Is
fish?
it Scott the guy that the Hey Isa guy?
Yeah, he's a minister.
No.
Yeah.
You're thinking like the guy with the glasses.
His name is Scott Jones.
Yeah. Scott Jones.
Scott Jones? He's a minister?
Yeah.
What? Oh my God. What? But he's a degenerate. What the fuck is going on with the churches?
Everyone deserves the same chance, he said.
I mean, I love it.
I can pretend to be a priest and come to college.
And also you need a sheikh.
I need an imam.
We can invite Randy Dickerson. He can be the sheikh.
Oh yes, he's my favorite.
Would you meet with David Bobania in real life?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I like Caleb. I was gonna want Caleb.
What do you mean?
There's certain people that beat him up, but I was trying.
Oh my God, David, you're taking the spotlight from me.
Come to the man on Tuesday and Wednesday. Could be a good party at the show.
The concert. No, but would you meet me in real person?
Who's the?
Oh my God, David!
Sorry.
My friend is the same person.
Listen, if I was ever in Zurich or wherever you live, yes, I would definitely live there.
Amazing. That's what I wanted. Just thank you. Now you can talk, David.
No, I refuse to talk.
Would you meet me, Edmund?
Chances are that I would rather just actually cancel and then have the clown house meeting, get it out of my system, and then just move on quickly.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. I mean, I would meet with anybody, anytime, anywhere, for a beer or.
Would you record our meeting?
Yeah, I'd probably ask you if I can open a clown house room so we can just, pipe it into clown house for clown housers.
So we can chat online.
Yeah, I think, putting content on here, for people, this is a very closed, network of people, and it's for people who like the app, I think. I mean, because you can go to X Spaces in a room with 1,200 people, never get on a stage, and you really never get to meet any real person. You don't get to engage with people's personalities. So this is a unique app, and it's pretty small. They put a lot of money into this.
You hated it. Now you're praising it.
From a
you like it.
Well, yeah, from a technology perspective, this app is really the ergonomics, the interface, everything is very solid.
I had a steak dinner with Issa, and she's very nice and normal, not like some of these other people in Clubhouse.
Yeah,
My friend wants to meet with me.
Would I meet you?
God, it's in the Matrix. Yeah, would you meet me?
Well, if you don't let me talk when I'm not in the Matrix, eventually I end up in the.
Yeah, people are on the move.
So it's technically
Yeah, the people that I have met on Clubhouse, they're not here anymore. Like, well, I've met Rick and David, but then I have met who is it? Suki. I met.
You met Rico.
You met Shuki?
Met Rico.
You haven't made it to Germany yet to meet Daniel?
No, but I want to. I want to go to Israel with Daniel.
That would be amazing for you.
I really want to experience Israel with him. I think it would be amazing.
Let's have a meet up in Tel Aviv.
No, you won't.
What?
Maine.
Why? This is where I live. What do you mean? Why
This
are
is
you
where you go to Falcon.
I mean, you had a choice. You picked Maine.
So David, you're like an 8-year-old child with Down syndrome.
No, it's not good. I mean, you can live in New York, you go in Florida, Texas, California, but you pick Maine. Experience.
Well, my family, David's a good-looking guy.
That's looking at John. I'll take
So I do want to point out my PTR.
Telling him that he looks like a fucking 8-year-old Down syndrome.
Look at this quote by Osho. It says, "If you love yourself, you love others. If you hate yourself, you hate others. In relationships with others, it is only you mirrored." Do you think there's any truth in that?
I think that's amazing.
100%.
So who on this app?
Look at all the socials. Dad.
So how do you transform yourself from being a self-hater to being a self-lover?
You just need to let go.
You have to love your problems. Your problem, anyone else's problems, you have to love your problems.
No, you need to take responsibility of your problems. That's number one. But number two, you need to let go. Oh my God, we find that. But number two, to just are you guys retarded? Like, you can help yourself in jumping into when someone else is talking. What's wrong with you?
David, are you going to be in Toronto on Wednesday?
No, I'm going to golf with Caleb on Wednesday.
I got John Fakor is coming up.
You should go, David. Go meet Faruqi. Plus, Caleb is not inviting you yet.
I tried to text you, Gay, but you don't respond about
Where did you try and text me?
About coming up to Toronto.
Don't you think it's a little gay that John Fakori sits there and does all his talk therapy in a Bitcoin room?
But he likes to do it.
I mean, he reveals a lot of stuff on there that is kind of private. And,
I really, you should see me. See how much private stuff I really.
You're zero private.
Yeah, I know so much about him in this place.
You wanted to come day after day to hear what was going on in your life.
That's how you get to. You want to. How does it end?
That's how I got hooked in the Bitcoin room.
Yeah. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Other people didn't. But, man, the other day when I came in, wow, was that? I heard it got a little feisty after I left.
It was horrible.
Yeah, apparently my life got threatened.
No.
That's
No,
what
your
Dave
life
told
didn't
me.
get threatened. No. It was just, he kicked you out. That was it. And then, he just said that he didn't like it when other people are kind of like befriending you, whatever. I don't know, dude. I'm not
That's crazy.
But he was just like ranting, but he never said anything about your life. He was gonna kill you or anything.
That's apparently it got worse. Like Antonio and they're trying to dox me because they're gonna find me and
Antonio?
Yeah.
Why?
Christian, why did
Antonio's a good guy too.
they have such a hard on for you, Christian? Like,
Don't remove me. As soon as I walk into that room, you're dead to that person. You know.
you can see that's so ridiculous, bro. Like, why they are acting like that to me? Like, you never said anything like at all combative.
He said, "Can we get a room title change to Super Friends and Friends for Life? Perpetual room that goes on for 24-hour cycles. It's a you problem, isn't it?"
What, the big one?
Well, I mean, if they're threatening his life, I mean, that's more their problem.
No, nobody was saying that. Whoever told you that is bullshitting because nobody was threatening your life.
I don't know, you weren't around the whole time, but like Dave.
No, I was there for the whole rant, and then I left because it just got very quiet and like a very weird vibe. So I was just like, oh fuck this! I just went to my room.
I think it went on for like an hour.
Very quiet, and people were just trying to avoid talking about it.
Yeah, but I think what Christian's saying, when
oh my god,
you have
no,
on your
how
left.
can I kick you out? The last time you interrupt me, I swear to God, David. So I was there for like 15 minutes, and the whole rant happened, and yes, a lot of people jumped in and whatever. And he's like, what's going on? And he got very angry. And then everything got like very quiet, and people started like trying to change the topic. And that is when it just got like a weird vibe because it felt like people were trying just to like deviate the attention from the quietness, and try to like put the room back into normal. And that's when I left because it just felt not authentic, and I was like, oh, I don't want to put up with this vibe. So I came here to open my room. But it didn't go unless you're talking about some other time that they were talking about it, that's different. But that day, that specific day, it didn't go for 1 hour. Nobody was threatening your life. And whoever is telling you this is just stir the shit. I'm not saying that they might not and take it with a pinch of salt everything that people tell you.
I don't really care. No one's gonna hurt me. But it's just, I do find it funny that I have, without even doing anything, I have this much effect on them.
Welcome to the club, gay.
Yeah. I can just ask Dave what his plans were for dinner on Wednesday. And fuck, it's been a month since I got in a beef with this guy, and he still can't let it go.
Well, I think that you guys should try to look for a way of getting along together again. I mean, like, people say things, you say things, he says things.
I haven't said
It's like, okay, let's try to be adults. Let's try to be adults and get over it. It's just fucking Clubhouse.
I think Christian is the adult in this history. The other guy is like the effect.
No, David, because so Chris has also done shit or say comments that were meant to jab Jimmy and to trigger Jimmy, and so Jimmy got pissed off, and he was in his right of getting pissed off as well.
Jimmy started.
The problem is that maybe it went a little bit too far to a point where they cannot be in the same room. Well,
Because that's because they were pushing around him.
but I think you guys should.
Yeah, but there's no reason they're trying to be
And then try to see if there is someone you're able to reach out. Like Hodo was saying the other day that they should try to look for a way of getting the two of you together. He was saying this while none of you were in the room. So I mean, like, there are people that would like things to go back to normal. So I think that you should take advantage of those. For example, Hodo, I mean, like, he appreciates you both, and he's appreciated by you both. So you should try to use.
I'm welcome to, but I don't plan to talk to Jimmy or continue the drama.
Okay, let's just take a deep breath and change the topic of conversation to something more positive vibration.
Well, because this is the only time when we could talk about it, and because he asked that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Chris, don't listen to what everybody tells you, because that'll just get you angrier with Jimmy. You should just let it go, dude. Just let go. And at some point, try to make peace again. You guys don't need to be friends. You just need to be respectful to each other. That's it.
Got it.
I can't believe this conversation is happening right now. How old are we?
Why?
We've had certain
Why? Why
conversations
not?
about.
Why is it so difficult?
I don't know. My mom told me that, like when I was.
You all need to be told that. Do you want me to remind you of the drama that happened on our side of Clubhouse?
That's right.
This shit happens in every corner of Clubhouse. People are retarded.
I love that there's two Anons in the room and I'm not one of the Anon.
Really or not? Do you feel uncomfortable?
No, I don't. I just like the fact that people want to come in here and listen to this convo anonymously.
But yeah, well, do you remember when the whole Clubhouse World War happened between conservatives and Alex New York and you and Francie and Kai and
I won't say who, but somebody said it.
First of all, the government and religion are separate. I think I have one. I only had my own drama, but it was just like.
I thought you were going to say he's not the one to fix it.
And then she stopped midway saying the bit, and then.
I've only received dick pics from the gays.
That's pretty straight, I'm not gonna lie.
And it's not theirs. No, I have seen yours dicks. But Pussy has sent me. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know. I've never played this side against side drama in Clubhouse.
So Issa, do you think
But
it?
I always do the same role. Like, don't weaponize me. That's always what I end up telling people. Actually, they understand. I think that if this were Big Brother, I would have won it.
That's why, yeah, Big Brother USA is just starting this week.
I would have won Big Brother.
Well, welcome back, everyone, to the world famous Issa Club. This is your super clubhouse friends, hosted by Issa.
Have you ever seen the show The Circle? On Netflix.
It rings a bell, but I don't think I have.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
It's like a low budget Big Brother, but I'm pretty addicted to it. But people can go in as a catfish. I feel like now that I'm an Anon, I feel like I'm a catfish, and it feels like I'm on the circle sometimes because you can get blocked and stuff like that. That's the whole, I'm just like feel like I'm living that world.
Is it good?
Is the objective to like find the catfish?
But is the circle online or is it
It's on Netflix.
No, but I mean if it's online.
Next.
Oh.
And so it's just like people trying to like, not get, blocked, and to basically be like an influencer, which is the person I guess to block people, and they just vote, how popular that person.
Oh, they get people in an apartment complex.
Yeah, so they
it's
get
like
out,
100.
but they don't get to see each other. They don't get to.
Like I said, so they don't see each other, but they talk to each other, and they're trying to pump themselves up to be something they're not, to get more likes.
Yeah, and they're like,
wait.
Yeah, they'll be like
really,
sometimes too.
whatever. Yeah.
They'll be like sometimes like you got to do like bake a cake too, right? And so they'll be like, if it's a chick. And as a dude playing a chick, it's like might be pretty obvious.
So what happened? Are you saying that Diego?
So they're living their own apartment?
Are you saying that Diego rage quit?
No, so they have like a kitchen and everything.
They have no internet, no nothing.
Yeah, you know what? That'd be funny if they shared one gym, but they couldn't talk. So at one point of the day, each other.
I find it really good.
Is anybody here going to the gym today?
I will feel.
Sorry, okay, I gotta check it out. How do you win? Like, how's it end?
You go to the gym and break a
Person
sweat.
gets voted the highest at the end points 100,000. But like sometimes there's a lot of strategic voting too, right? So sometimes like not the most popular person wins because people are trying to not vote for the popular person because they're trying to give themselves a better shot.
That's fun. I like that.
So it's all tactics.
I guess I gotta watch it. Yeah, I heard
It's a strategy game, but then also some people play the strategy, some people play just based on
I got a question I want to ask. David and Gabe, what are the last 2 books that you read?
I don't know, man. It's been like 10 years.
10 years since you read a book. Wow. What about you, David? 10 years plus?
I don't have to answer that question.
All right, I've confirmed something. Let me put it in my spreadsheet. Please hold.
Okay.
Now that it's called in Spanish, I'm reading this time in Spanish. It's called Deja de Ser Tú from Joe Dispenza. I think it's like letting go of yourself or something like that. It's called.
So Christian, I got to check out that. Okay, because like I said, multiple people have talked about it, but I've never bothered to watch it. But I guess I gotta watch it.
Abuela, what was the last?
You've been starting to read Greenlight for like a year.
I gave it to my mom, and then she hasn't given it back to me. So
Where is it?
it's at her house.
Simon,
So
what
you're
about
not
you?
starting to read Greenlight.
Let's just move on from Abuela here. Simon, what was the last book you read?
Applying color science.
Let's go. Let's go.
So you studied
That was
the
also
rainbow?
the last book I read. I'll use my.
Tell us.
You might have
It
recorded
really
the
doesn't
guys
matter. I mean,
recording.
I've listened to the Bitcoin Room for years, and I've been reporting it for years, and I've even wanted to dedicate like specific recording studio time just for the Bitcoin Room because it is one of those 24-hour cycle perpetual rooms, and there's only like 3 or 4 of those on this app. But that takes the cake for being probably. I don't know. It's a winner of a room in my opinion.
You get the most views on YouTube.
No, just like what people say in there, and then the amount of silence also in the room. I would say that the Free Britney bitch, the trans guy in there who is very vocal. He's one of the best characters. Well,
Rockers in there.
whatever its name is very
Brittany, yeah, Brittany.
Britney's bitch, whatever her name is, his name is. It's she or he is extremely obnoxious sometimes, but there's a lot of super obnoxious people in that room.
What I
But it's all trolling. It's not that people are, well, I don't take it as trolling.
No,
Maybe there's a lot of truth in it.
Is the least obnoxious person I ever met.
Which would you say is your favorite character besides me in that room?
You're like a little nothing in that room compared to the super. You're needed desperately in that vacuum of a room as a woman and having a lively voice. Like you give people so much joy in that depressed room.
Fish? Is Fish one of your favorites?
Fish?
I've climbed.
It doesn't matter.
It was a joke, you dude.
I don't really care
What's
about.
your favorite character there?
It's not about the individuals. It's about the totality and the collective of the individual. Yeah, he's so. Oh, he wins the ultimate prize for super boringness.
Fish is always entertaining. He always says speaking.
But what I don't understand is see that to me, the content to me is more valuable than even the Bitcoin. It's because it's like watching Seinfeld. Clubhouse is like Seinfeld. I mean, it's just this group of people that get together in a house and hear people essentially doing this country club type demeanor, and their lives are in shambles. They're divorced. You can tell they have a lot of anxiety, but they keep projecting this aura of wealth, which is just a ridiculous way to communicate. I mean, it's just so fake and stupid and anti-intellectual or
I do like the conversations about restaurants and lattes and stuff like that.
I love the rich guy hours. It was things. When they just talk about being rich. I like those.
Yeah.
I like listening to it.
I also enjoy the conversation of how they don't make.
The morning show is good.
I feel like
I love when they just exude their dominance over how foolish they are. Love that.
It is
I was
really,
thinking when they kick out the explainer.
Let Gay speak.
I feel like they've had the conversation. They don't make good comedies anymore. Probably 130 times. Like they talk about. I don't know if you guys have been in the room, but like that conversation gets done over and over and over.
it's
the same kind of conversation about restaurants. They'd be like that sometimes.
MSDR.
See, that's why it is an interesting thing to record, because when you hear people talk about technical capabilities of like crypto or something versus just this like rich sailor, it's like this weird cult. It does seem like a cult.
I like those guys. I really do enjoy their company.
Which guys do you like? Excuse me.
Oh, you always first, honey.
Okay. I do find it. You get some people who are like in that room who are kind of have actual different opinions, or people who are like have an opinion, and then there's so many of them are just followers and just kind of go where the crowd's taking them. It's very interesting dynamic.
Yeah, there's only 3 people I like. Obviously Christian, Fish, and Sam. Those are the only 3 people I like in that room.
Well, it meets the definition of a cognitive disorder room because it's essentially all or nothing thinking, meaning that Bitcoin solves everything. I mean, that is the definition of a cognitive disorder.
But it does.
Well, see, that's not necessarily true. It's also a little bit like when I was a juvenile or young, I wanted to gather information or like secrets on how people are making money so I could clone. I'm not. I'm the biggest recorder of spam.
Yes, you are, dude. Like you are streaming all these stupid conversations on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. Like if that's not spamming, then I don't know what it is. You are spamming the internet.
No, I'm recording spam.
More money to upload your nothing content.
Instagram has warned. Instagram is now warning me if I don't have 1,000 followers, they'll no longer let me stream.
The environment by running these data.
But from the amount of communication produced by these brains, if people were just to read books and start educating themselves instead of talking all the time, like the IQ would rise. But IQ is not rising amongst the speakers on Clubhouse.
Okay, tell us the truth. Does someone pay you to do this? Is the FBI behind this?
I don't know. You'll have to talk to Amir and Edward in the Dearborn FBI.
Yeah, I cannot hear his answer.
He's not allowed to answer.
I said you'll have to find out, whether or not the FBI or I don't know. Did you hear? I mean, what happened to Amir?
No, what happened to him? Oh, you called the FBI on that.
No, I posted it on X and encouraged other people to call the FBI because I believe them to be potential terrorists.
Yeah, tell us that we're interested. And everybody shut up.
He got arrested for trespassing.
When?
What?
I don't know, like a week ago or something.
When? But
It had nothing to do with me. I'm just here literally spreading fake news, gossip, misinformation. Simon's got to do some color adulteration so he can make enough money to take his beautiful girlfriend to a nice Italian dinner.
Wait, Edmund.
I do make it up.
Edmund, tell the story about Amir, and is it true that he got arrested?
No, I had nothing to do with it. He got arrested for something else, and I don't know how to understand. How does a blind guy manage to do all this?
Well, it's not blind. Edward is blind.
Edward is the.
Oh, Amir's not blind.
Amir.
Okay, my bad.
Amir is something.
Amir is just old. He's like 78.
Give me a headache.
I like it when he gives some spiel on it. He's like, oh,
So what?
You go down there, Norm. You're down there. You time out. Good boy. That's what he says. He's like treated like a dog. So stupid.
When did the arrest happen?
I don't know. He said like a week ago he got arrested for trespassing or something.
Oh, so it has nothing to do with the Clubhouse then?
No, I'm just harassing them, and I don't think anybody's probably called the FBI on them. But I wouldn't call what I'm doing harassment. I think that just those rooms go long into the night. I mean, I go to sleep and I close my door and keep the AC on, and I just live stream that room for 8 hours. It goes till 6 in the morning, and
how can you stand it?
I don't listen to it. I go to sleep. But what?
No,
No, I'm not really. I'm not really. I don't have like. Those, I don't have anything
I can't
labeled.
get into the rooms now, so like it'd be nice to.
You mean when Anon is streaming them? Yeah, just follow his YouTube and he streams them there.
No, you should probably just get Anon or get a new account and then get Anon.
Actually, yeah, because when you get Anon, nobody can kick you out.
But you may be blocked, so you probably can't get in. So that's if you get a fresh account.
First, he needs to get a new account, and then that account use it only for anonymous.
Yeah, and if you want
with that anonymous account, never go into anybody's profile, like checking their profile.
If they have plus, they can view you. Then they can block you.
If I am blocked, but I get in the room first and then go Anon, is that?
And Gay, if you wanna,
Yes.
you should start filming the rooms and putting it on YouTube, and then you'll get the double satisfaction. And then, see, this is like next level mindfuckery inside. Do it, try it, live it. I mean, you think?
No, but listen. Once the people are in the room early, as anonymous, and then they cannot kick down.
Listen, people have said so many stupid things on this app. If everything that everybody said was chopped up into 15 seconds and you were identified on YouTube or other platforms, it would be so. I mean, some people might like it because they're so vain and egotistical, and they're like, this is exciting because it produces dopamine. But the truth is, if you were to record that Bitcoin room over a 3-month period, people say the most insane, stupid shit in the world. That like there is this surveillance capital economy to making recordings, but for the most part, it's so stupid. I mean, there's no real intelligence or any high value information being exchanged on this app.
You're like a broken record. You always say exactly the same thing about it all the time.
Yeah, it's like it's hypnosis what you're doing.
Yeah, it's communication is hypnosis. Yeah.
Well, what you guys do is what everybody else does, which is you are a couple of cats that bat around a mouse, and then when you get tired of that mouse, you bring up another mouse to bat around. And I'm just trying to like understand communication.
Yeah, you say it like it's a bad thing.
No, it's a format. It's basically a roast, is what it is. This app is nothing but a roast show, and every good room is like this put down roast show.
And the other day, I was on YouTube watching my podcast and whatever. When I don't know to hear on Clubhouse, I actually watch it and stuff. And all of a sudden, like an Edmund video came up, and it was Jeff plotting against you, right? Like saying, yeah, well, anybody that hangs out with Edmund, we're gonna kick them out and whatever. I was like, what's going on? But you were streaming that room, which was funny because they were plotting against you, but you were listening to them plotting against you.
That's when it gets really fun, is when you're recording people who are like making death threats against you. Like that's when you've entered the next level of psyop, and you have essentially fucked with people's brains. It's fun, and then it's so much fun to record it, and then even dox yourself as well as self-deprecate. Like that's next level comedy and intelligence. Because I don't really want to have any real enemies in the world, and I feel like there's a deflationary aspect to like being self-deprecating, where it's like you're not a threat because you're totally transparent.
Yeah, I don't mind people making fun of me. I'm self-deprecating. Even they don't try. I mean, a couple of people have tried, but when they can't, they just stop.
Yeah, I feel like I'm 42. I've heard everything ever that could ever be said, against me or lobbed against me. Like I've heard it all. Like there's no new insult where I'm like surprised.
What's the best one?
I mean, being bald, I'm always attacked. Bald is like the first thing people lob at you as an insult. Which is really very weak.
Make fun of people who are bald. Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's like the first thing you can visually attack somebody with. But it's a bad insult because it's like, that's the best you have.
Insult, though. You're literally stating a fact.
No, there's
some of it is that's like, and I asked you before, you didn't answer me. A person with like 25 phones but it's all the time recording. That's such a shitty microphone. Like,
Yeah, it's the worst.
It's so crazy. This is such an expensive. Absolutely. Campaign to elect John Kitover.
He works for the FBI. Have you not seen the ID that is going around Clubhouse with a photo of his no FBI, but like an agent or CIA, whatever.
No, but actually though, because if he does work for the FBI, literally, like I can't think of a job that provides like less value. So, like,
Getting more debt and spending and borrowing for the American people. Just coming on here and gathering intelligence would probably be the most patriotic thing I could do.
intelligence, there is no sign of intelligence here.
That's also true. Honey, you know what? I was thinking about you the whole weekend because I enrolled in an AI course. It's just like a very intense one. I did like 7 hours on Friday and 10 hours on Saturday.
What do they teach?
And oh my god, now I know how to do agents and apps and design and shit. And they taught me like 20 platforms. Like I am excited now.
She's gonna reteach it to us.
Well, it was like all in all, I think it was like 20. But I guess that a lot of people join for free. But it's one of these type of courses, you know, where they kind of like pitch you a next level course where they actually teach you to code and kind of like more stuff. But with what I learned this weekend, I think it was like already a lot because it brought like my head to a next level.
It was live or recorded?
I don't know. It felt like it was live because the guy was talking about like, oh, tomorrow, and he would say the date, you know, and things like this. So I think that it was live. They were recording it, but they don't provide you with the recording. So they're doing it very smartly. And so part of their sales pitch was the future is going to be of those that are, of course, that have AI skills, but also management skills. And so they kind of like sell you a program where they have like a mini MBA so that they can teach you management skills, you know, in finance and operations and all of this kind of stuff that you get knowledgeable, let's say, in a corporate world, but also teach you the AI side. So I don't know. It was good. I thought it was good.
Interesting. What platform was it?
It's on outskill.com. And yeah, like I learned a few things, you know, well, a lot of things. Probably like of the 100% that we received, probably like 70% I didn't know. So it was very helpful.
Did you get like something written?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff written. I got the different apps that we were using. I can send you the list. The last 3 hours, I just screen recorded them because it was like US time, like East Coast time. And so it lasted until like 2 a.m. or so. So I gave up at like 9. And then I recorded the last 3 hours or so. Or 4. And I have to watch those still. But yeah, it's good, and they show you also how to monetize it and how they use it. And these guys have got like 800,000 followers, you know, in Instagram or 1.2 million in LinkedIn and stuff like that. It's like they actually use AI in order to run their business. They're Indian. They're so freaking smart. It was just hard to put up with the.
Caleb.
That was the most difficult.
I want to ask Caleb a question. Caleb, how do you think AI compares to the Toyota?
AI is about processing intelligence. It's not that it's intelligent in its own. You give it knowledge and it processes it like really nicely.
Well, what I'm trying to point out.
Just say this last thing to Daniel. So the course that they're studying is like $3,000. Well, of all the different tools. So when you saw, and I did this exercise, when you saw what each of these, just like Claude and ChatGPT and so on, when you saw what each of these costs per year, it's actually year, and the knowledge and whatever else they give you. So it was good.
Yeah, it sounds like you're almost sales lady for them almost.
Yeah, no, hiring for a business idea. And so I was trying to break it down, and I think that they did it very, very well.
Nice.
And if you look at their website, it's also very professional, very well done, very.
Yeah, just looking.
All done, of course, with AI. I learned also how to do presentations in PowerPoint with AI, but like proper, cool, nice presentation.
Ponzi scam.
Welcome to the 21st century.
I know, you and I have been talking about this for a long time, but I have never really made the jump. And this weekend I was like, yeah, I have to give it a try.
I don't know, my slide deck skills are pretty on point. I don't know if AI can keep up with me.
Well, how long does it take you to make it?
Well, we have already a template that we use for our.
How long does it take you to make that?
With the template.
With the template, maybe half an hour at the most.
Half an hour, 20 slides? Like 1 minute a slide?
No, it depends how big the deal is. It gets complicated.
So it's still
But yeah, these slides determine a couple $100,000 to $1 million deal, So
exactly, and these things, what if this could do it for you in 10 minutes?
I'd rather have the person parts when it involves that much money. I mean, if I was going to do a presentation for, to convince my parents to do something, maybe.
Full on sales pitch and for fundraising. It was amazing, and it was really good with graphs, with analysis, with financial projections, with everything. It was mind blowing.
Well, no offense, Caesar, but you haven't seen one of my texts.
No offense, David, but I have worked private equity worth 150 billion. So yeah, I have seen. Very good.
No offense, but we do.
Can I see your deck?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah, so was the deck.
I mean, the last deck I did, it was maybe it was 25 pages, 30 slides.
Can you send us a deck pic?
With all due respect, kingdom. David, like I said earlier, you're an 8-year-old with Down syndrome.
I'll send Christian my deck and he can tell you.
Daniel, I also learned how to do, and I didn't know this, and this was probably basic, but how to do a screenshot, but of the whole website.
So like a scrolling one?
Huh?
Like a scrolling one?
Yeah, like scraping the whole website, but it's in one screenshot.
Yeah, I have an app for this.
Is this our Nathan?
Nathan for you.
Is this Jewish Nathan?
No, he has abandoned Clown House and gone into far greener pastures.
Yeah, he's in what is it called?
He says, ew.
Oculus.
He says, ew, gross. You still talk to those people?
Who, Oculus?
Nathan.
Who is those people?
I think he's talking about Clown House people.
Did you have a link to this AI course, Chuck?
Yeah, going to Outskills.
$300.
It's what?
I'm selling for $300, Clan. So $1,000.
It's
a process of $1,000.
Can you give my friends a discount?
Oh my God. You can see all of it in outskills.com, but I will send you the link that I used in order to register. Maybe it still works. I don't know. It was like a code for free registration, or maybe, I don't know, as soon as I see a new one, because I got it by accident. I was watching, a podcast that I was watching Giffen. What's his name? Constantine Giffen. because they're saying outrageous things, but I haven't felt the full interview because that bitch is charging to watch the interview. But I want to watch it all because it's outrageous, everything that they're saying.
How did she become popular, Owens?
She's black.
So black is third. That's true.
No, but she's very good when it comes to race things, and she's super good.
Right. There's a girl in Amir's room called Wednesday, and then someone told that she's racist. How can I be racist? I'm black.
Yeah.
It's a really I thought she's stupid.
Well, I mean, if you say kill whitey, that means you're racist.
I don't know if you can be racist.
But isn't that
I saw some of.
Like a definition of racism where they have to be in a position of power to be racist?
Yeah, the oppressed versus the oppressor, yeah. But that's a
She's an American.
I can tell you some of what's.
She's in a position of power.
That's right. If you're an American, then you already have a position of power.
Exactly.
These people say, what Chris is saying is that these people say that you only can be racist if you are in a position of power and you can discriminate on others. Therefore, black people cannot be racist because they don't hold positions of power, so they don't have influence and power on others.
So I can be racist on Arabs if I don't have power on them?
No, you
can't. A poor white person living in the United States has more power than like poor
she's an
white
American.
person living in Siberia or something. Yeah.
She's
or even like Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
You have power on the Gaza.
I'm a human being. I have power over this entire body.
No. Can I say something?
You must be right now. Daniel.
That's true. It's such a weird thing. I didn't know it was weird. I thought when she said it, I started laughing. I thought it was the dumbest thing I ever heard.
No, it's just shit they made up lately to make it okay to be racist towards white people.
So the Candace.
Because you really don't have power. And the trick to this. White supremacist, so I cannot be more than you.
Oh, how easy.
So the Candace. The Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes interview is basically Nick Fuentes saying that his life is and was and will always be destroyed because he is accurately calling out Jews or Israel for a whole litany of crimes against humanity, etc. So, and Candace just sits there because really this is like, it is insane, but it is what it is. It's content. But Americans that do have bigoted and insane opinions about Israel or Jews do find her very appealing. But she is anti-woke and anti-liberal for a long time, and so she's basically a conservative darling.
I like her, but when it comes to Jews, I like her Owens. When it comes to Jews, she just goes full on retard. Because she just chooses to believe every single thing that goes against the Jews without even making her effort of doing research like she does for other topics.
But Lisa, you think people can be half retards? You think people can be half retards?
No, but she's very good at the other stuff. Actually, you know what? She just got right on something. Remember that documentary she did on the First Lady of France?
Yeah.
No, the first man in France.
Piers Morgan said she's absolutely a woman.
She did
She's a lesbian woman.
She did all hold on. She did all this research, and the government of France, she received threats, and then sued me. If I'm saying lies, sue me. So they sued her, and she won in court. Because apparently the first lady is actually a man.
That's right. That's what I've been saying.
So she won in court. She was able to prove that the wife of Macron is actually a man.
So does that mean that our Michelle Obama is also a man?
No way. So,
I like that story better.
Is there such a thing as a global trans cult?
The journalists basically so they went to jail for a year, number one, and number two, she was suing them for was defamation, and what actually they won was the right to be able to say what they were saying, not that they proved that she was a man.
Yeah, but they were suing for defamation, and when you're suing for defamation, it's because you're saying that they're telling lies about you.
No.
So the court decided that those were not lies.
No, that's not what the court decided.
Oh my God.
I also like your story better, but I don't think it's true.
It's a story.
Let me see, court case.
Reality.
Like, I wish that it was true, but
Yeah, no,
I heard that
conspiracy theorist, and she's still a retard.
I heard that France is now like gonna let Palestinian refugees enter, something like this.
Yeah.
One court decided something like this.
Yeah, RIP France.
Yeah, that's what France needs more. France needs more migrants. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think it's lovely.
That's cool. Just as much as all of Europe is.
Yeah, the thing is that we need to close the borders around France if they're doing this.
It's only Muslim majority. Watch.
Yeah. I know. You told that everyone is wrong, but right now that was a good one.
That's right. And I think that the France can act as a cautionary tale for the rest of the countries. Maybe they can even give like the French Riviera for the Palestinians to have like their own self-determination.
No.
Why not?
Wait.
Have you been to Marseille recently? Like Marseille, there's a lot of.
Nobody cares about your trips, David.
Yes, I was there.
So wait, when did this happen?
We just dropped it off or what?
I didn't investigate too much, but what I read like very lightly that some court decided on a case of a Palestinian refugee that they should be allowed in, and now it's like kind of like a precedent that basically allows any Palestinian refugee. I didn't go into the details, to be honest. I read it as a headline.
When is this going to be over? Like, they cannot allow more Muslims in Europe. Like, did you see what's happening in Spain? Like, how they're turning out?
If they're saying like we should be a Palestinian state and we support the Palestinian and we are there, so like act on it. Like, just open your borders if you really support
No,
it.
because they're next to me.
Yeah, you should close your borders, by the way. Yes.
Well, I mean, they have to climb mountains to get to Israel. It's very, very hard.
You know, like, the countries have.
These countries, I think, are waking up because the UK is getting a little bit more vocal against the Muslims. Nordics is also creating new immigration policies. Austria, fucking hell, Austria is closing the borders.
I think the UK just voted in the most radical, like, political party.
And New York also is doing the same. New York is also, not New York, the United States is also like, every time you have more like radicals that are part of the, like, local or like,
New York
like local governments.
California.
Look at
New York
Miami.
is just catching up to California.
Exactly. Miami is entire.
Idea. Well, fuck our state even worse than you guys.
Whenever would you have thought that New York was ever going to have a Muslim socialist?
At this point.
Well, if you think about the Mayor Rutte, like, we did not think we were going to have like econ. That was like something that you could think.
That's because the Brits are fucking retards. I mean,
it's true, but you bitch. I'm that way.
Well,
Sort of.
remember it was the British Empire?
yeah, until they got cut by America.
Another thing you guys have to watch, sorry because it's like very unreal. Jordan Peterson and Bibi Netanyahu, and they're like having lunch at a restaurant or having coffee or whatever, and they're speaking about the whole thing with Israel. I started watching it, but I couldn't stay awake, so I need to watch it.
Isn't that an old one though? Ben Shapiro just did one like last week with Netanyahu.
Yeah, but they did a joint one. It was Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, and Netanyahu.
No, but that's
I
an
want
old
to
one.
hear what they gotta say. Huh?
Isn't that an old one? Didn't they do that last year?
No, I think it's this year. Let me see.
Wait, Issa, so was Simon right about Miss Mahone
for Mr. McCall. They McCall. He was right, you said?
No, it's not right.
I think he's right.
I'm definitely right. That's the default.
Actually, you're right about this.
Let's go.
This is like a year ago then. 2 years ago. It's 2022. I thought it was recent. Oh my god. Then I was almost a
He's from Sicily, and his family
from November 12th.
He looks like this. But if you meet, I had never had time to spend with my grandfather or great grandfather, who was at the time still alive when he made the decision to go black. We have never been able to put our feet under their table. We've been called all kind of things. You guys think you get called some dumb shit? Them fucking racist Italians, they call us all kind of monkeys and animals and all kind of shit. He's never been back to his family for
Lisa, let me tell you this. For 3 days, we hosted in the wood. We hosted African room, right, where we had an African and African American conversation. I would say 70% of that room was actually African. Mostly the main mods were African American. The rest of the room, they piled in there and they stayed in there like that. That room ran for days, and we were able to have a discussion. And some of them would say a lot of things like that. Some of them were covered for, but a lot of them will come back with the same racial rhetoric. We want to make sure that they understand that we're African when we're in the United States, that we're not African American because we're different. Yes. They were very, very clear on making that distinction because they feel like it's better than us.
No. It's not about that.
They said it. They said it.
It's a part of their own pride. They're part of their own pride.
Oh no, because I know Panamanians that say the same goddamn thing. I'm a black American. SBA.
Everybody says that.
Soil in this
I've never heard that.
This is my I would bring it on.
What?
I've heard everybody from all over.
We identify as black. Y'all don't know shit about Panama. So a lot of dark hair, light hair, both two sides. And the blacks are treated like blacks over there.
I'm not hearing me or something. Am I not coming to because I did something over me and I'm feeling like y'all being mad disrespectful. Is that what's happening? Y'all just being disrespectful.
Sorry, I'm gonna give you some more.
Yeah, Panamanian. Okay? So please, don't do that.
You literally do not know my Panamanians and me. I've been there hella. I've been to Panama. I've been there multiple times.
I'm telling you that.
I don't know shit about Panama.
Panamanians, that's weird. Exactly.
That guy here doing his name, Patty. Like, what the hell is that? Weird ass Panamanian. Panamanians are weird. Like, what the hell? That place is hell. Now, Patty Neary.
Trying to act like he wasn't part of the. No, he would. I was like, nigga, you talking to me. I was gonna be like the black. So I was like,
But this is the one thing that I have noticed in visiting Panama, which I've done multiple times, right? Way more multiple doesn't even fit. But there's a distinct difference between the light-skinned Panamanians and the dark-skinned Panamanians. Very distinct. The light-skinned think they're white adjacent, the same way the Hispanics here are white adjacent. They look down on the Latinos or the darker blacks, right? Like my father is dark, his father was dark, his mother was dark, right? So they're from a different aspect. They're treated like the blacks are treated here over there. Like that same dynamic between the light skin and the black skin. I'm not making up any of this.
every friend that he was black skinned and he acted like
Weird, you're right. He's a fucking weirdo. And I'm on board with you. He's a weirdo. The first thing my dad taught me was you're black. Like, period, you're black. Now, if people ask you about it, tell them you're black.
And the point is that people that come from other countries, sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes they have like this preconceived notion about Black American people. So that could be your people, Gemini. That could be everybody all over the world.
I have to get the bank account information set up to the
And finally, too, when they say, oh, they think that they're better, can't go to any country, any continent that doesn't say somebody is thinking that they're better than somebody else. Japan thinks that they're better. China thinks that they're better. Korea thinks that they're better. Germans think that they're better. British people think that they're better. Northern Italians think that they're better than Southern Italians. Everybody's thinking that they're better than one another. Everybody.
Can I add to what you just said? First of all, that's true. That's true. Even in you go locally to towns, Compton is. They think Compton's worse than Westchester. But what I'm saying to you is that everybody on the planet thinks they're better than Black Americans. Everybody on the fucking planet. For some reason, why are we the mutts? I don't understand it. Why is this so much? I don't know what to call it. Angst against African Americans all over the world.
That's a fact, Lisa.
What did you guys do? What did you guys do to fucking?
Because of the marketing, it's the marketing of slavery. That's the only reason why. The branding and marketing of slavery put that stain on us, and everybody sees us through the white gaze.
Slaves of history,
right? And one of the things they've done effectively, they being whoever isn't Black, in my opinion, is controlled a very strong rhetoric in a way that we're supposed to be animals, like TC came in yelling about animalistic, naive, short-sighted, lazy, not goal-driven, not overly materialistic. I'm talking about these random like memes and things that we take for granted.
Anthony said that.
No. I'm saying that this is a constant stream of rhetoric and propaganda that's put out about African Americans on a regular basis, and it's got to the point where it's almost taken for granted because it's been fed to us so much that we're programmed to believe that we comply to the white man's beauty standards, to the white man's agenda, and that we see some of the evidence of that on this app. And I think that we don't really always like the power of relentless rhetoric that's posed as like a meme or a joke, and you like and you comment because it's kind of funny, but you start realizing that they're trying to make it sound like there's so much truth in that people will start taking that for granted, and that becomes just like your subconscious now. Like that's your default, that's your baseline, that's how you look at your own kind. That's why you will have a TC run on the app talking about, oh my God, Mexican friends, and not to use friends very likely, but you get what I'm saying. Propaganda is powerful.
What exactly did TC say?
Propaganda.
What he said? You want to say it, Lisa?
Okay, so he was in the car with his Mexican friends. They took a shortcut through what we consider to be a bad area, which is also very questionable to me. What the fuck is a bad area? And then they witnessed an assault happening between a group of people who happen to be of color, and the person in the car with TC, after instead of them calling the police, they started filming it like we all do, but I would have called the police. He said that the friend in the car called them animals.
He said they said midalos animales. That's what he said. They said specifically, which means look at the animals.
So instead of TC immediately correcting the shit out these motherfuckers, God said, "What'd you say?" It would have assaulted. Yeah, I don't play like that. I have friends. I have Jewish friends. We go to Shabbat. I have Mexican friends. If you're just trying to be my friend, fake friend because I'm Black or whatever, and you probably said some dumb shit on the outside, and I find out about it, you're done. You're cooked. I don't do that kind of shit because I really appreciate you for who you are, what you have to offer, what's coming out your mouth, your intelligence, your morality. That's what I'm looking for. But when I find out you got some undercover racism or prejudice or whatever the fuck is going on with you, you done. You cooked. So
we're on the same thing. Go ahead. Bring it back to taste.
He was wrong. He thought instead of him doing a grown ass man thinking on Clubhouse and said, "Oh look."
No. You missed a very valid point.
What happened?
He said his response to them saying midalos animales is wrong. Right, look at the animals. He's like, man, I couldn't say nothing. I had to agree.
That's right.
And that moment I realized we were animals. Like, what was I supposed to do? That part right there. Because that's the part that I'm saying. I'm hyper focused on that because that's the part that really pissed me off. Like, that's the point where you realize we are animals. Because the Mexicans said that about your fucking people fighting. Like, Mexicans don't fight. Like, there's not Mexican gangs. Like, are you kidding?
Asians be fighting.
White people fight, Asians fight, Mexicans fight, blacks fight. That doesn't make you animals.
What you should have said is managers, they're just one saying, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. That right there isolates that kid, right? That's what you can say. There's a very Spanish saying, tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. And it's so
That's like the.
and that's all he could have said.
Fly together.
So Patty, he got mad at me because when I came off mic, I was like, man, I can't believe that you allowed them to call your own people animals right in front of you. Like, you wouldn't have all that bass in your voice as you, bruh, why you got that energy for me when you don't have none for them when they're in the same car with you clowning your race in front of your fucking face because they know you pussy.
But
they know good well they can say that in front of you, right?
The magical unicorn, you right. Nigga, you're not going weird for that. Yeah, I get that a lot too, though. The magical nigga part. You're not absolute, you know, when I go to places, black person in the building, and I get good with everybody, I connect with everybody. They try to be like the magical nigga too. So, you know, that's where somebody says true about my every day.
My daughter has gone to school with Asians. She's gone to school with Arabs, our British kids. You know what she told me? That they use that word nigga, like they'll like repeat rap songs and use the word. And she was like telling me when they when they used to say that nigga shit and they were like used to go crazy. She was like, they lost their damn. I don't even say that word. And I'm black. I was like. She said she didn't like it. She said it's different. But it was like normal. That was normal. Like, yo, what up, my nigga? And I'm talking about British kids. Right? She went to a British American school.
Hate that shit. I'm in Costco and Hispanic people are in the parking lot collecting the
Mixed I asked Caleb earlier, how do you compare AI to Toyota? Like, and he says it doesn't even compare. So why do you think Toyota is?
A lot of great works of literature are superior to AI. AI is a tool. Like
that's what I was trying to tell him. AI is a processor. Torah is
you're like asking me what's better, a hammer or a carpenter, right? It's like a weird mix. Like, yeah, the AI can put together a bunch of text real fast. It can't write Shakespeare. It can't write Plato. It can't write, I don't know, my favorite author, Hemingway. It can't write, what was it?
Well, it can now because you give him the knowledge and information. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm agreeing with you.
So you're saying it's downstream?
Yeah.
Now listen, if they achieve like a greater level of intelligence, like a superior intelligence, rather than just an amalgamator of human intelligence, that could be something. That would be a superior intelligence, and we haven't really crossed that threshold yet. We're just making pretty.
Is a compression of the past and the future?
No, I think that it's more that the past and the future don't exist, and the now is the only thing that does.
Okay, so if the now is the only thing that does exist, was the Torah written now and was the Constitution written now?
The Torah was written before the creation of the world.
But it is still valid now.
You know, it's valid as long as there are human beings alive and literate.
So what do you mean when you say that the Torah was written before the creation of the world?
Oh, that's a good question. It's discussed in the Mishnah. The rabbis specifically discussed that. They said what they mean by it is that the Torah is not a superimposed self-help book constructed by a guru or even multiple gurus and councils and generations of wisdom. They're saying it's not that. It is from the nature of man. They're saying that by your nature as a human, this book has value to you. That's what it means that it's innate in the universe. And it only has value to you as a human in this universe. It's a book for how humans live here, that humans can read here. That's what it's for.
So, I mean, a lot of people say that people can't change, but don't you think that the programming in the Torah can essentially help people do self-development, but people are too lazy to read books?
Anyone who says that people don't change just doesn't want to change.
I mean, have you
guys know that 335 grams of watermelon has only 100 calories?
I mean, who doesn't know that?
Well, it's mostly water, right, Issa?
Right?
And what's water made out of, everybody?
But it's
Two
very
hydrogen molecules and one oxygen molecule. So, is there like a mystical approach to Judaism that all these Jew haters are missing?
Yeah, there's tons of mysticism in Judaism.
So why don't they acknowledge it or even recognize the mysticism in their own religion?
It's like asking Simon. He's not a Jewish hater, but he's missing all of that because he's an atheist.
Simon is a pragmatist.
You're asking why don't the Jews today talk much about their mysticism?
No, I'm saying that all the Jew haters, like Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes, are never going to discuss the mysticism in their own fucking religion.
Yeah, they won't do that because that would make them hypocrites. But I don't think they even are aware of the mysticism in Judaism. It's kind of hush hush.
Yeah. It's funny because it's like...
Well, they claim to be because they say Christ is king. And they claim to be like very introspective and Jesus or God-like people.
No, they're hyper-polarized political people. What I'm saying is when you look at your average Orthodox Hasidic Jew, you don't associate them with being hippies. But if you listen to the Tory Karta, they're actually very much like peacenik hippies.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's actually a whole interesting mix. You might know about this, right? There's these like Hasidic raves. They're like breast lovers, but they're also like these people breaking out of like Skver and have you heard about this? They all take mushrooms and LSD and trip out like as I've never heard of that like specifically, but like, you know, I'm in London.
I have eaten 340 calories today. And I don't feel hungry.
But don't you think that, you know, are you doing enough breathing and stretching? It's so important to breathe and stretch.
Yeah, I know. I do every day.
You should do it twice a day.
No, you know, I have given up my cheesecake for watermelon.
Watermelon cheesecake?
Donut cheese and no donut cake. Constantly. Like it's so hot out here, you just eat watermelon all day long.
So I wanted to ask,
Yeah, it's so good for you.
wanted to ask one more question about the mystical Hasidim. Do you think it's like a fine balance, you know, in like Israel between mystic Orthodox Jews and secular nationalist soldiers? I mean, I like the mix. But I don't know. I did read in the news that they're like calling up 50,000 Orthodox Jews in Israel to service.
Oh, they're trying to. Turns out
50,000.
They're trying to, but do you think they'll just like get arrested and fined?
Let the party, dude. The coalition is dead. You will be out.
The thing is that those warrants are already out, and now stopping them or canceling them is even a bigger step than not issuing them in the first place. You don't have any legal basis to cancel them. You could postpone not issuing them. You understand what I'm saying? But now that they're out, it would be really hard to just cancel them.
You mean cancel the orders?
Yeah, the drafting orders. Until now, basically, every time they kind of like extended the not requirement to send them. But once they were issued, like I issue you like a ticket, okay? It's for a drive day. If I don't issue it, it's some choices. Like, you know,
I don't know, man. You can apparently hear at least some of the things I'm saying.
Yeah, but probably not. No, kind of combine this together into something.
Who sounds worse, me or Simon?
You.
James only saw
Can't you just, I don't know, disconnect the headphones that you have or connect the headphones if you don't have, I don't know, do something?
No.
I guess not.
Anyways, welcome back everybody to Super Clubhouse Friends, organized by the superstar Isa Watermelon de Guatemala.
This is the court decision will basically make any Palestinian eligible for asylum in France.
Well, that's shit. I don't want Palestinians in my border. You know, yesterday I walked at 2 a.m. for 45 minutes. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had Muslims around.
Okay, is this mic better?
Yes.
It tried to interrupt someone talking to see if it works. Talk over me.
How much was that AI program? $3.95?
Now it works.
Now we can just ignore you regularly.
So I was asking, how can the Israeli government incentivize the 50,000 Orthodox Jews to join the IDF?
They don't even incentivize them. They send them a drafting order. The incentive is that you want to stay out of jail. You want to get a driving license. You want to be able to leave the country. Stuff like this. It's an incentive.
If it wasn't a draft in Israel, how many people do you think would actually join the army to fight?
Many. I don't know how many exactly.
I'll tell you who would be. I mean, it's basically the makeup of the army now, but it would be for Mizrahim, and it's elite religious Zionists.
That's who join the army. No, I think you're talking about a very sub-sector of like the army. The army has many units, with many different positions and different places for different people and different capabilities, let's say.
Well, that's true.
But yeah, I know what you're talking about because you're talking about the fighters, basically, the frontliners.
Yeah, like that, you know, for poor Mizrahim, it's a social mobility thing. For religious Zionists, it's, religious.
But for example, the Air Force is different.
Yes.
Or like the pilots are different, and they are playing a significant part in every war. So, but in general, I think that many would go, like the majority of who's being drafted right now. There are very few people that kind of try to leave the army. If you really want, you can leave the army.
Correct.
Actually, it's a really great thing in many ways. First of all, it creates like a melting pot for the Israeli society. Right. And there,
You mean it's social?
Everybody's equal, and people that you would never meet become your brother. Second of all, at a very early age, you learn the sense of responsibility, accountability, transparency, maturity. And I do see this. When I was right after the army, I went to one of the colleges there for a party, and I saw people that were my age, and they acted like they were 17-year-olds.
Right.
And I was 22. And the third thing is that many people in the army, at the age of, let's say, 21, they leave as professionals of something. Like, they really get hands on, I don't know if it's from tech or if they go to do, something in medical. They get, really great experience that they would never get if they would start it in a startup or a commercial.
I'm not disparaging like the actual benefits of what the military options provide. I think that's undisputable. But I'm simply saying in terms of a freedom sense.
Yeah, of course.
This is the army, not like the United States. People thank you for your service and stuff like this because you actually volunteering. This is the army of the people. We are all participating in this project or in this notion of Zionism or Israel of maintaining it.
The army is part of the social contract of Israel.
Exactly.
I mean, social contract, I think
You don't. I think that you are talking from a place of privilege and really of not needing it.
He's so far away from Hashem.
Switzerland and like I don't know, like the Netherlands, that everything is quiet and boring and no one will attack you. But like no one wants to go to the army. But as it's a necessity and we understand the necessity, taking part of it is meaningful. It has a meaning, like a strong meaning.
But that's why I'm asking, like how many people do you think would actually join the army if there was no draft? Because
I think majority of it.
Because they are really committed to actually you can see that with October that happened, a lot of people enlisted in order to help Israel, and not only people in Israel, but Jews around the world.
Yep. Yeah, people stop there like vacations. People go on trips to like I don't know, like the Far East, like they would planning it for like a year, and they would stop and come back. And by the way, from all ages, there were like people 70-year-old that like went into the car and started doing stuff. And also after October, where there was like the country that like a week to kind of understand what's going on. Everything that was done was by civilians, from making sure that soldiers have food and even like buses and driving them because it was Shabbat. The buses don't work on Shabbat, and I think the government cannot understand this. Anyway, like those operations, including renovating like houses and providing furniture for the people. Everybody like contributed. There were like about 100 restaurants in Tel Aviv that every day made like thousands of meals, and then another group of people would take those meals to the north, to the south. It was an amazing operation.
They had more people than they could actually manage. They were actually rejecting people because there were too many people trying to fight for Israel. So there's your answer, Simon. These people, like, you breathe really like that love they have for their country and for what they have built there. They're really very patriotic. And more than patriotic, it's about their house. It's about their survival. And you can actually feel that they.
Simon, you need the draft because it's political.
They believe
it's like paying taxes, okay? It's like paying taxes.
No, it's not.
It's political. It's political. It's political.
You contribute or you participate part of your time or part of your wealth for the country.
Yeah, but that's a bad example because they are forced upon you, and that would be a good position for Simon. Not against.
The draft is political.
Is more comparable. It means that everyone thinks the same way. There's a rubric. There's a regimen that everyone gets.
It's a casting. It's a conditioning. It's sociological.
In Israel, they make sure all of the Israelis understand how to be Israeli by having the same educational regime. And part of that is working together as a team to defend.
The American school system teach that.
Well, it doesn't anymore, but it used to teach civics. It used to teach civics. It used to teach
privilege, where we are safe enough, we are secure enough, we are advanced enough in our military that we can just like select of our group, and we have a professional military. Professional Israel wishes they could have a professional military. Professional militaries are way more dangerous than drafted militaries. But in terms of like the effects of social cohesion, yeah.
Hi, everybody. You're in love.
Mr. Maintaining the state.
James Bond. Good morning. My name's Bond. James Bond. This
the Israeli Supreme Court.
It's political. Everything is political.
So Socrates said.
He also said that I'm the wisest man alive, for I know one thing, and that is that I know nothing.
Just to be clear, so you guys do believe in a draft, though?
Yeah.
Yes, I generally like a Pilsner, ice cold in a cold mug.
I didn't ask about so why do you
Simon, it's social conditioning. It's the government is taking action because they know that they have to re-educate these people and get them prepared for the future and integrate the society.
More than that, every society knows to integrate their existing citizenship and future citizenship into the existing state apparatus. That's why they educate them. It used to be worse. They used to say, if you weren't born here, you didn't come, your ancestors didn't come here, you don't belong here. They changed it a bit. But they still need a baseline of what's actually happening now is that the immigration policies that we have are completely irrational. I think to make it, if you educate, buy a home, raise a family, whatever, but just don't make these people citizens. Like, you know, make it as difficult as possible for people to actually.
Welcome to Simon's world, Simon's preferred world. Simon, we're trying to discuss reality, Simon. That's what good communication is. We accurately describe the situation. You want things to be your way, but unfortunately, you're denying reality.
I'm not denying reality. I'm saying there's a better foot forward. Like, everyone just talks on, I don't believe in it. I understand the necessity for one at this very moment, but in principle, what's your actual position in yourselves? And you're still saying, yeah, in principle, I still believe in a draft. Okay, well, I just don't. I disagree with that. Okay, I'll say it differently. It is mine to provide has an obligation upon themselves to defend the state. So I think that applies equally to all citizens. I don't know why you want to select some and ignore others. Because I believe that people who don't want the state to exist, if a state can't defend its own principles and values, then it doesn't deserve to exist. And that's why I have a lot of respect for Israel, because regardless of if there was a draft or not, I do think that there'd be enough people to actually volunteer to go and defend its principles that they live by. Just as much as I die for, I would definitely, do that for America. Because I do think it's the only country on the planet worth fighting for its values.
You would die for America, Simon?
I would.
Wow! You know, part of surviving.
He said, no poor son of a bitch ever won a war by dying for his country. He won a war by making the other bastard die for his.
It's called winning.
Even Daniel calls me a radical when it comes to.
But I don't agree with the draft in principle. I don't agree with the draft in principle. And I would die for America because I love what America believes in. Thank you so much, Simon. So interesting.
Whether you would die. That is hardly like the put yourself in harm's way consideration. The real question is, are you ready to kill for your soldiers there? And that there's cones put up when they're doing road work. Those people, when they say someone's coming to kill some of your neighbors, you don't just sit there and say, well, that sounds like my neighbor's problem, or maybe the government's problem, but not my problem. That's a misunderstanding of what you're doing as a citizen, I think. Well, then tell that to Daniel, because he thinks I'm a radical when it comes to war.
You're a radical?
Yeah, he likes, he wants to wipe off basically to nuke Gaza.
No, not to nuke Gaza. Relax. I would also wipe out Israel.
You would wipe out Israel?
No, Daniel, there's a big difference. I'm saying I morally sanction my government to do what's necessary, and for people to cry about how many people are dying is completely irrelevant.
Baby pubic hairs above your lip?
No, it's actually thick.
It's thick.
Yeah.
You're pretty thick.
Okay, what kind of conversation are you having?
I don't know. You're the one saying you prefer to wipe out Israel. I'm just wondering how stupid you really are. Are you also an 8-year-old with Down syndrome? I don't know who you're like, what you are like on the back end.
I don't even understand. When did I do this?
I'm just saying I don't know your life circumstances. Are you a quadriplegic?
Go and play back your stupid playbacks, your stupid recordings,
and go and find where
Why are you getting all fair? I've never seen silence.
He's got a thick mustache. He's a tough guy. He's a handsome, tough guy. He's got work to do to take his girlfriend to the Italian restaurant.
Okay, a friend is coming over, so I'll check in.
No!
I know, right? But why do I bother with my friend?
Alright, are you inviting him to Clubhouse?
No.
No.
Why don't you show him your friends from Clubhouse?
Stay my friend. I want him to stay my friend.
That's a very fair point. That's a very fair point.
Pepe, what's new in your world, Pepe? What's the last book you read, Pepe?
Pepe is still battling with his drama with Roger and JB
About what?
and Roman.
What do they all make that?
Because Pepe uses the K word, the N word, just indiscriminately. You know, he's a low IQ, brain damaged, Guido-looking motherfucker.
Yeah, see, you've got a slur for him, so not fair.
But he ain't a Guido. He's a Corsican.
Yeah, but worse. They don't have their own like cute.
Like you?
Maybe in France they do. In France, do Corsicans have a racial slur?
I have no idea. We call them terrorists. Not even joking.
Yeah.
I can call Corsicans terrorists.
Well, I mean, Napoleon did terrorize, so.
Yeah, it's also because they're fucking nut jobs.
So Pepe, I mean, I've listened to you quite a bit over the past few weeks and made some amazing recordings that go on for like 3, 4, 5, 8 hours even. I mean, where does your energy come from, Dr. PP?
What is he talking about?
Oh, I'm just saying he's put on some amazing rooms in white America.
Stamina.
Yeah, where does the stamina come from, PP?
PP?
Dr. PP.
Oh, call him PP.
Pepe, PP. I don't really see how you can actually tell me that the way I'm pronunciating it is the incorrect way. Is that not true, Dr. PP?
Pronunciate wrong.
Are you sure Dr. PP is a bad pronunciation of PP?
No, pronunciated is wrong.
Anyways, where does the stamina come from, Dr. PP?
I'm eating.
Are you having yogurt?
He's recharging his stamina.
That's right, need that stamina.
You don't actually lift weights anymore, though, do you, Dr. PP?
How dare you?
Yeah, not really.
Don't you think that maybe a reason for your low testosterone levels?
Being a man.
So when I lift weights, I'm producing testosterone?
Yeah, absolutely. How do you think muscle growth happens? You don't think the brain produces chemicals? The brain probably produces 300 chemicals.
But if I produce too much testosterone, then I won't have a mustache.
It's true. You could look like Simon's little effeminate pubic hair mustache. They call it a moustache. It gives him puissance.
I will be watermelon stash.
Wait, how am I getting made fun of by you?
Because I'm here. I'm in the Super Clubhouse friends. Good friends, they roast each other.
Anne, Randy.
I don't roast Randy. I tell Anne to shut the fuck up all the time. That's about it.
Wow. Does your girlfriend know you talk to women that way? I will say, if there's one thing about El Normo, he has corrected me on the way I talk to people, and I gotta agree with his.
Really? What else has he shown you?
Just talking to a woman in a negative way is very weak as a man. So it's like, if you call yourself a man and a leader, why would you ever even bother talking, negatively towards a woman?
Norm's always
Some women are just retards like that.
No, I'm not in disagreement with you, but I've just realized that if I'm going to break my character or my code, like in order to denigrate or talk negatively to a woman, that's a very weak position to be in.
Well, you'll always call us fatties.
Yeah, but I feel like calling people fat asses should be the normal way to insult people. You know, like if you're a fat ass, it's like maybe you should go to the gym and diet a little bit. You know.
It's like a motivational insult.
Yeah, and I'm susceptible to being a fatty. So like, let's go to the gym together, fatties. I mean, I get gout attacks. You know, it's not pleasant.
I don't even like telling people like to shut up. Like I think it's like I don't even like.
You hate it when you said when I.
Oh, I can't stand it. I literally can't stand it. I just like the way. I just find it so disrespectful. So that's why like when I tell I have to shut the fuck up, it's like, you know, it's that level of disrespect in my head.
And I'm gonna hate it when I tell people to shut up.
So that's why I don't roast anybody. I just tell. Well, I mean, I don't know what, like, your father, like, you can say whatever you want. I just don't like it.
So Simon, are the Corsicans still like a lot of people are still like criminals in France today?
I have no
I
idea.
feel like the
I just know that
gypsies,
general.
they're separatists. But isn't your government like utterly insane? I mean, is Macron and his husband and just the entire Congress of France, aren't they just liberal insane people?
Well, yeah, I mean, France is a fucking failed state just as much as the UK, just as much as Italy, just as much as, you know, all the rest of Western.
Corsica is like the murder capital of Europe in the 2010s.
Not even surprised.
Is it really a failed? Are they really failed states though, or is that just your opinion, Simon? I mean, they're honestly technically
they're
not
actually failed
failed
states. I mean, they're not. They have no concept of upholding individual rights. Like relative to like, you know, maybe even 20 years ago, it's not even close.
See, you're just being ridiculous. You've said nothing specific to give me any indication of
Okay,
what you
so
previously
then
said was
in the
accurate.
UK, people get assaulted, and then when you call cops, they can't even defend themselves because they've had their guns removed, their weapons removed. Laws making it more difficult to actually defend citizens' rights. Like, I mean, you know, you're smart enough, you're reading enough to read between the lines. But
Those are failed states.
that's the
Okay,
reality.
got it. Those are failed states. Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, when the state actually like wrinkled on themselves to actually defend.
See,
people's rights,
you're basically an opposite person because first you're saying I don't agree with the draft, and now you're saying I don't agree that the state should be able, or you disagree that the state isn't able to use a heavy hand and get back.
That's because he is a
World. I gotta make some money, everybody, and make a video so I can take my pretty girlfriend to the Italian restaurant. Thanks for coming back to Simon's World. Simon's World and Pepe's World.
He is doing a nice thing to take her to a restaurant. Why do you have to shame me for that?
I'm not. He's got a thick mustache. She must be so attracted to the thickness of it.
Sometimes you sound like Simon, so if you think he's stupid, this is how you sound. This person's hilarious.
What are you talking to?
I do not believe that the state should.
Sam Francisco.
I sound like Simon.
Yeah, I don't know. He's apparently saying I sound right wing.
You can just keep that silent.
I don't even know what I said is right wing. I mean, what the hell?
Pepe, do you want to be a campaign manager on the campaign to elect John Kitover to Congress?
I'm in Arizona.
This is will to power, power of will. So I have Augustus. He's going to be my art director, and he texted me today saying, yeah, he said he's broke, so he needs money. And so I told him that we are going to pass out the charity baskets and see if we can raise money for the campaign. And if we do, guess what? I'm going to pay you. So and he's got a lot of followers, and he can put together big X rooms. So I think he could be my linchpin.
And then you can Jesus, what's the word I'm looking for? What's going on with my brain?
Simon, mute up. We don't want to hear you typing on the computer, please.
Then you can brag that you have the same campaign manager.
It's Kennedy. I know, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do. And Thursday we're starting it. and it's Thor Day, so that's when we're going to war. And we will raise money, and then we will pay Augustus to create amazing videos for the campaign to elect John Kitover to Congress in the 16th District of Illinois. Yeah, you. Yeah. He says he's broke, so broke people need to work. And I have a little bit of money I can send him, but it would be much better if the campaign can send him the money because we're creating donations. Because think about all the fucking Pepe, you spend a lot of time here, dude. Why don't you just do fundraising for the campaign, and I can pay you as a campaign manager? I mean, at least use your platform and your content to, raise money in politics, and we can probably beat this guy in the 16th District of Illinois because nobody really likes him. He's got no comments, no retweets. There's no interaction.
You know that Jewish Clubhouse is campaigning against you, right?
Oh, that's okay. See, I need drama. If I don't have conflict.
Where's Bussy?
Yeah, Bussy's going to be a crisis actor too on the campaign.
Read my full name. Say my full name.
FBI July.
FBI. Bella Rambleson. You got the Rambleson disease, huh? He drove you crazy too.
Where's Rambleson?
He's taking a break.
Is he? That's good. That's healthy.
Send at me.
Eleanor got to him. Let's just say.
Norm? Really? What did he say?
Oh man, I wish I was there to film that one.
I've seen them go at it for I'm not even exaggerating, over 2 hours.
It takes a lot out of you, but I think it does create a lot of dopamine in your brain.
Hello, I love it. That's why I'm addicted to crack.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a big offender.
Well, Simon, we can make it happen for you.
He has a girlfriend.
Yeah, Simon, where do you stand on cultural degeneracy?
That's an obstacle.
David.
Simon, do you want to be our French campaign ambassador?
Simon isn't. He doesn't like my last response.
Can I be in charge of DEI?
You're going to be our LGBTQ DEI CRT BLM campaign ambassador.
You forgot the plus.
Yeah.
I can talk about Chicano studies.
And Lou Jiz is our AI campaign strategist.
You say Chicano studies or Chicago studies?
Issa, you're going to get me the Latina vote.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the business development. I'm gonna do the voiceovers and call stuff.
So X recently labeled me. No, he blocked me.
Oh, you're in the Matrix.
Really do cultivate quite entertainment. I gotta say, your rooms are better than a lot of rooms. You really bring the room, and
Oh wow.
Roberto used to contribute to the creation.
He's doxing him.
He's doxing him. I have people posting my address. In YouTube comments saying they're calling the police right now on me.
Oh my god.
If you want to talk about maybe getting really doxxed, where the police kick your door in, I'm running those risks by recording all these rooms.
Okay, but
Yeah, but I don't do anything. I don't create content or anything. I just open a room. That's what I do.
You're basically the Latina version of Nick Fuentes and Candace Owens if they were to have a baby. You'd be that big booty Latina.
Oh wow. That's big insults. Yeah.
What do you mean they're Latinos? Candace Owens is a fucking retard, and Nick Fuentes is I don't know what word to describe Nick Fuentes. I mean, that kid is nutty.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, people do have this Jewish conspiracy hate in their souls because it's a projection and they use it as a mirror for their own self-hate. And it's just insane to consider that people create content based on that and they are monetizing it. It's But look at Pepe. Pepe creates racist hate speech rooms all the time. And he's been doing it for years. No education, no enlightenment, no transcendental type meditation. It's just low IQ stupidity. It's people hating themselves and then projecting it onto Jews. It's the stupidest of the stupid.
My favorite quote regarding like the Jews is from Sartre when he goes, "If the Jew did not exist, the anti-Semite would invent him."
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, but that's
it's
also
the
a saying for
boogeyman.
God. If God didn't exist, the man would invent it. And that's probably what happened.
They have to kind of look for the problems. They're escaping from jail.
But see, every time I hear somebody make a statement on this app, I go, okay, the exact opposite of what they said is most likely the truth.
Yeah.
So then.
So what I'm saying is, no, what I'm saying is that man probably did not create God, but God created man. That's probably the more accurate truth, which is to essentially say, look at the universe and just imagine it's one giant fucking connected, system that created this earth and our reality. I mean, I don't believe in the Jehovah's Sky God.
According to their nature, created the world. Yes.
That's right. That's right.
God would probably invent it.
What?
Thank God. That's why God doesn't exist.
It makes us feel better.
It doesn't make you
No.
feel better.
Simon's right. You just have to give grants in this one small little, nothing or everything came from nothing. And then
that's a contradiction.
Okay, so Simon,
Nothing from something.
you have to accept it.
Something from
where does
nothing.
the world come from, Simon?
Subject, object, subject.
It's okay, nothing.
Where do you come from, Simon? What is there before you are born?
My mother.
Genetics.
No, but where do you come from?
Soup.
I don't know. We don't have that answer.
Lightning.
So you come from nothing?
Is that what it says?
Okay, when you die.
I don't know. It's not a substitute for nothing.
When you die, where do you go?
We go.
How do you
Come back to Clown House.
What?
Oh, Diogenes is here.
Where's my money? Oh, that's right. I was supposed to tell you.
Where do things come from?
Where what? Sorry, someone.
Friends, ESL and how to speak English.
Oh my God, Diogenes is here.
Yes, I'm here. Where's my money?
Abby's booty call.
Honestly, because you've been so obnoxious, I was like, okay, when people
That's
yeah, when you talk about
Yeah, you made it to me. You lost the bet.
you talked about God was not taking the God from us.
Oh, geez. If the person who wins the bet doesn't act the way I want them to act, and I don't have to. Where is that? Is that in the bylaws? I didn't have a copy of that. That's weird. You know what? You learn more every day. I'm gonna have to fact check that, but I mean, I guess I should take you at your word, right? You're honest for you and lie.
Do you want your
It's the Bible, that's
Okay, no, it's in the Bible. Shit.
Actually, you haven't bothered me in the last month or so. Don't say
Welcome back to Super Clubhouse Friends. This is a decentralized friend platform in the campaign to elect John Kitover. Pass the election baskets around. Donations now.
It's a link. I'll send it to you today.
Based.
Where's Abby Eba, your booty call?
That's what you said last time. You said,
And then he says me off.
or tank of gas to go visit my daddy.
Ooh, and MAGA Anna's arrived. America's darling of Clown House, the Lebanite Ann.
Who is America's darling?
Ann is America's Trump Clubhouse darling, the walk away movement superstar. Did you find a job yet, Ann?
It's my birthday today.
Oh, Mazel Tov! Let's sing her happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday to you. What's your boyfriend's first name? Joe Hero. Oh, hey, Jeff. Jeff was here for a brief second. Too bad.
Randy McDickerson.
He's so good at reading the Iran-Israel war news.
Yeah, he doesn't like me. He's not going to stay here.
I mean, if you don't like someone, do you just not like a part of yourself? Is that what's really happening here?
Yeah, I do believe that.
Well, welcome back to the Itty Bitty Titty Committee and the Super Clubhouse Friends, where Issa has been organizing.
And that's really what's happening between Simon and Anne. They are projecting on each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just found out someone in another room doesn't like Simon. I didn't know that. I can't say.
Nobody like you, motherfucker.
That's okay.
Simon.
I'm not here to be liked.
Simon, how many times?
I'll just say that the person dated somebody in this room.
Simon, oh.
Oh, that makes it completely irrelevant to my life now.
Chicago cheeseburger. So, Ann, do you want to be a campaign manager on the campaign to elect John Kitover at Illinois 16?
Yes, please.
Okay, great. Oh, my friend is here.
How much do you pay per hour?
We pay minimum wage of $16.85 an hour.
Where's my friend? I don't see him.
Hello, my friend. Welcome to the campaign to elect John Kitover for Illinois 16.
Oh, he's in the other room. Just tell him not to be gay.
Why can't you take my slogan? I said it's fork it over. Fork it over.
Fork it over. Red Rover, come on over, Kitover.
That's right.
Wait, that's
Blocked by Simon.
No, Simon doesn't. It's such a shit there.
I've never once blocked anyone on this app.
No, you blocked me. What are you talking about?
I've never blocked you once.
Liar. Pants on fire.
You blocked him.
I've never known Simon to lie.
I've never blocked anyone on this app. Not one single person.
David, what was a lie that you got caught in? David Bobadilla, what was a lie that you got caught in once in your life? I know you've probably got. That's so David Bobadilla, dude.
My parents did a lot of traveling, so I went to many house parties.
Legendary house parties.
Project X worthy.
Thankfully, not that bad.
Well, then you weren't doing it right.
So wait, Lucius Tickles, what are you doing for the AI campaign strategy today since we're on Clubhouse?
Oh, you mean besides coming up with a genius slogan? I don't know. I'll have to get back to you.
Fork it over. Come on, Kitover.
Was it you or was it ChatGPT?
Fork it over. Vote Kitover.
I actually voted for someone who had that. I mean, obviously not you, but like, if it wasn't you, I'd probably vote for him.
I mean, I like it. I think fork it over, vote Kitover, then underneath you say, stop borrowing, stop spending. Vote.
Yeah, Simon, imagine making laws. I'll vote for a Democrat over you.
What are you talking about? Like, you think this guy has more transparency than probably anyone that we fucking know. 1,000x compared to these fucking people that are in office.
Yeah.
Can you just imagine the person in fucking bro? That no, are you insane? This guy is literally nuts.
Yeah. Okay.
This guy is literally nuts.
It's exactly why I wouldn't want to vote for him.
You think we're dealing with like our most moral people in office? Come on. I think anything is.
Listen, David and Simon just don't like me because I've made fun of them in the past for being low IQ dribblers who probably drool on their napkins. I mean, they just don't like me because it's personal. It's not because they don't think I'd be great at the job. It's because I've roasted them, and therefore they're not supporting me. Let's be honest. You guys drool. You guys probably got shit on your ass cheeks right now. Probably don't even use dental floss. You guys have spent years on here. David has spent years on here drunk on vodka, just mumbling. Most of the things David says on here, you can't even understand. This subject, object, object, subject, subject, object, object, subject, subject, object. Say this word. Say this word. Objective. Subjective. Object, subject, subject, object, object, subject, subject, object, object, subject, subject. We don't do it again. Welcome to the David and Simon roast. Object, subject, subject, object, object, subject, subject, object, object, subject, subject, object, object, subject, object, subject.
It didn't take any time to just prove
We all do it, big people.
That's what I'm saying.
Object, subject, subject, object, object, subject, subject, object. I'm sorry, everybody, but the world of fake money is a lie. We just can't keep doing it. We can't keep borrowing and spending. It's not fair. It's just not fair.
Now you're talking my language.
So are you going to be the finance campaign manager, Simon, or is David going to take over?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
See, I believe in an inclusive, decentralized campaign of grassroots volunteers that want to enact change and have fun doing it.
Right.
If you're not part of Team Kitover, well, fork it over. Kitover. Vote John for 16th, Illinois. My business, Simon, do you want my business or do you not want to be part of campaign John Kitover? You're looking for money. Don't you got to take that girl to a nice Italian restaurant? An Italian restaurant. Oh, you're in a position of power. You haven't read a book in 10 years and you think you're in a position of power? You probably have brain rot and you're unaware that your brain rot is set in. Okay, Simon, let me ask you before I hire you, I'm going to ask you a very simple math question. What is one? You're hired for the campaign. Thanks for deciding to join the campaign to elect John.
It's actually 100 million. That's right. That's right. 100 times 1,000.
I think that was Anne's answer as well when I asked her what 100 times 1,000 was. And what is 100 times 1,000?
It's so easy. It's stupid.
And what is 100 times 1,000?
You just add 1,000 to 100. 100,000.
Lou, you're hired for the campaign as well. And what's 100 times 1,000? Go ahead. Tell us what is 100 times 1,000?
Yeah, why wasn't you saying 100 billion or something?
It is 100 billion. What are you talking about? That's right.
100 times 1,000 is 100,000.
No. That's not how math works. You add 3 zeros to the end of 1,000.
Simon, you must be a Democrat. You must be a Democrat finance campaign chair. Okay, so I've also been roasting.
If you have what?
I just gave you the formula. That's not the formula that I gave you.
English brain rot.
That's not the formula that I just gave you.
What if it's water balance? 10 times 1,000. 10,000. 100 times 1,000 is 100,000.
Simon, don't play with Issa anymore. You're gonna cause a.
It's so real.
Oh, that sounds healthy.
That's what you get.
That sounds healthy.
Question, Simon.
Are you double vaxxed, triple boosted? Do like atheists have a higher uptake of mRNA spike proteins?
Yeah. Makes sense. It does.
Are all the atheists dead from the vaccine?
No.
Are all invaluable in my content creation as we pursue power in
Illinois 16th District and take over from Darren the Hood, a big borrower and a big spender who told you all to vaccinate or we would never end this horrific pandemic. Don't trust the liars borrowing and spending your future and your children's future. Vote John Kitover now. Go to johnforcongress.com to join the campaign and send us 10, not 11, 10, not $9 right now to buy Google ads to defeat the rhinologist and vaccinologist, Darren LaHood.
And remember, fork it over for John Kitover.
Fork it over for John Kitover.
Trademark look.
That's right. That's fair. Sorry, reading. What's wrong with silence, Bobo? When you're on an audio app, it kind of kills vibe. No, it's not.
Positive vibrations.
We hear Simon typing on the keyboard at least. Yeah, I hear Simon. No, don't fucking smash things to your board. Just type. Okay, here.
Fork it over, fork it over.